Oh my god, hello everybody, welcome back to yet another beautiful, wonderful, amazing day of the All Things Protoss Team League Season number 2. The playoffs are continuing, and we have, spoiler alert, my team back in the saddle as we were able to kick out Samsung Universe yesterday. So spoiler, yeah, if you didn't catch up on the VOD, because I literally forgot to upload it, I'm sorry. But, you know, it is what it is. So, get fucked. Anyways, I'll do a very super quick rundown of what happened yesterday, so that way if you didn't see it yesterday, you can actually see it. Unfortunately, Wikipedia is not updated because I also didn't upload the VOD anyway. So anyways, it doesn't matter. This was the match from yesterday. So it was, I believe, Chipe 2-0ing character, Zayad 2-0ing, or no, sorry, Yerbo Chris 2-0ing Zayad, Bolmilja went 1-1. With Dying Common. Me and Akron also went 1-1. And then DJ Universe also went 1-1, which meant it was 5-5 going to an ace match, with then DJ clutching it out versus Universe in yet another TVT to put my team over into round number 2. So Brain Aneurysm doing very wonderfully into that round number 2. It's very nice that we're continuing on, totally not scripted in any way, shape, or form. We are simply taking our rightful place in the standings through this playoff run. So, yeah, that's what happened yesterday. That's basically what's going on. And I'm actually going to swing it over real nice and quick over to our wonderful desk, because we have someone else waiting on the other desk that we want to make sure we can get to a little bit as well. But joining me on the analyst desk real quick for a quick rundown of what's going to be happening today, it is Spazy, Maisie, and Ardent. Hello, welcome. How are you guys doing? Oh, my settings are fucked up again. Shit, I forgot. Hold up. Bup, bup, bup. There we go. Okay, now they can hear you. Hello.
Beautiful. Hello.
Hi. Nice. Sorry. Anyways, welcome back to the desk, you two. Spazy, are you excited for this sick match that we have today?
Yeah. It's gonna be a great one. I think it's very hard to call. There might be some 2-0s today, but it's gonna be pretty close, I feel.
Yeah, I think so as well. Just a quick rundown of what the matches are, by the way. It is going to be Iba versus DJ coming up first. Then it's going to be Chelch versus myself. Then it'll be Frogos versus Bull Mjolja, Goat Puncher versus Yorbo Chris, and Tolo versus Character. So Ardent, what are you looking forward to today the most?
I think it's a very hype match because it's very clear cut. You got the bad guys on one side and the good guys on the other. You got like Iba, clearly by far the worst captain. I've heard so many people complain about his behavior. You got like Thatcher on one side, Carbot on the other. You got the amazing Gemini that we all know and love. So it's true. Very good guy, bad guys. And I think everyone should be rooting for one of them, whether you like evil people or good people.
That's so true. I agree with basically everything you just said. It's extremely based. Swayze, what were you going to say?
Yeah, that was a perfect analysis of the two teams. This truly is the bad guys versus the good guys today.
Yeah, I agree. What are we expecting for this first match of DJ versus Iba? Last time they played in the regular season, it was an unfortunate 2-0 for Iba, if we're rooting for the good guys here. So
I have a feeling that if DJ gets a map win here, then that's gonna mean a shit ton for his team. Like, it's gonna be so big.
Yeah.
Because I doubt they're gonna get a lot of 2-0s besides this one from the Thatchers. I mean, this one and then Tolo is probably gonna be the main 2-0s. So if DJ can prevent an Eva 2-0, that would be big. But I think Eva is just gonna smash.
Yeah, I think they are at a MMR range where Eva doesn't have 2 off race, so he has a very clear advantage if they just play a TVZ. Everyone knows how good Iba is. I think the only player that managed to take a map was either Spazi or Fiant. I can't remember, but only the best of them. Oh, you're so good.
Fiant, I think, and someone else.
I think
in terms of him playing main race, or if he had off race.
Oh no, yeah, right. Gemini also.
Yeah, because I ace match beat him in PVT. So yeah.
Gemini is so good. Oh.
So true. But yeah, I think this is going to be a tough one for DJ for sure. I wouldn't be surprised with another 2-0 here. So
yeah, I'm going to say clean 2-0 for Eva, but I hope for a 1-1 because that's going to spice things up a lot.
For sure.
Yeah, 2 as well for me. It's you can't really bet against Eva.
Excellent. All right. I will see you guys in a little bit after this is, well, I'm going to come back to you because actually I'm not casting right now. So I'm just going to we'll be back with all of us in a little bit. So yeah, I will see you guys later though, because I will be joining over here. Hello.
That's how we have been done.
Okay.
Hello.
Gemini.
Welcome, Mr. Rotterdam, to the wonderful cast. I hope you are going to enjoy these wonderful games that we have here in this silly little team league we have. I see you've already run into the idea of the team colors as well.
Yes, is that on purpose?
Yeah, each team has their own team color. So my team is teal, and then Eba's team is light green. So
Sick.
So that should be
terrible.
I think light green and teal is not the worst combination, to be honest, but at one point we did have teal versus blue, but anyways. So yes, welcome ROTTI to the cast. Hopefully you guys enjoy ROTTI being here. I appreciate you coming on, ROTTI, to help out with the little cast here and there.
Oh, of course, mate. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be you and Larimbo for the first little bit, so I'm basically just gonna be the observer. I'll just be muted, and you guys gonna go and do whatever you want, and yeah, that's pretty much gonna be it. So after a little bit, I'll switch off with Larimbo, and then we'll do that. So yeah, you guys are free to talk about the game. Larimbo, you can introduce ROTTI to some of these teams as well, some memes and stuff like that. So it's all yours. Go ahead, guys.
So the most important thing to know about these two teams is that Iba's team was supposed to be all British. The very first player he picked, or their second player, was not British. So Iba apparently doesn't know how to tell, like, he doesn't know who's British and who's not. So he completely fucked up the team and just picked randomly. So it's a completely random team that managed to qualify. That's kind of an impressive feat, honestly.
Well, I mean, if you have Iba, how impressive is it?
Iba actually has to off race a lot and keeps losing. So actually really impressive.
But is there a chance he's going to off race today, or will he play Zerg in both
No, he
games?
will play Zerg. He's full tryhard. I think the rule is 500 MMR difference, and I think we just barely managed to not meet it. Ziba is like 5'8" currently, and DJ is 5'4", something like that. So okay. I think likely for everyone involved, especially Iba's team, we don't have to off race, even though we might do it as for banter. And there's always that possibility.
Yeah, I feel like if we completely smash DJ in game 1, right, we obliterate him. I want to see some Protoss in game 2.
I bet 20k on Iba winning 2-0. If Iba switches and loses, bro, I'm gonna be so annoyed. Annoyed.
In which channel? My channel or
your channel? That's the only one that I actually bet points on.
Okay.
I only on Fiant every time. That's what the points are for.
Hey, Fiant won on Friday night. Come on now.
Yeah, he lost me 250k points before, but on Friday night I did actually win. Finally betting. Finally winning it bit.
Quitters never win, mate. Just keep on betting on Fiant. Eventually, he'll bring home a dub.
yeah, 90% of betters just quit before they make it big.
Exactly. That's the story of my life, amigo.
Yeah, I know you're a fan. I saw you at Home Story Cup on the poker table. You guys know that actually Solar apparently is an amazing poker player. I would have never guessed.
I think amazing is a bit of a stretch. I've played enough poker with Solar to say that he's not amazing. If you're telling me he understands basic fundamentals and he's very tight and he only plays good hands, then yes. But he's not amazing.
Didn't he win $500 last time he was there?
Yeah, but it doesn't mean anything. Everyone can win $500.
No. If I won $500 in anything, I would call myself a professional. I would be like, yeah, I'm great at it.
I can see that you know very little about poker, Larimbo, and that's
okay. But I know how the game works, but I don't play it, no.
No matter the result, I think the biggest winner of the last Home Story Cup was someone who has barely played poker before in his life. And if he would play for another 5 hours, he would lose all of it. But he somehow just joined and left every single time at the right moment. Won some big hands. Some deserved, some undeserved. The game at Home Story Cup has very little to do with skill. And it's all about memes and it's all about running good.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. What is not memes is this match, though. Which we'll see Iba opening standard. Already a bit cringe. You have to know, Rotterdam, I'm not a fan of standard openings. I always like the weird stuff. And Iba always disappoints. Such a macro kid. Oh, bro, this like he's young. He should be fun, free, and he should do such fun stuff. And instead, he's opening normal. What a bore.
Yeah, but this map is massive, though. What else are you going to do? Like, if you want to
Proxy
proxy...
hatch. Of course, Rotterdam.
It'd be so bad on this map. Unless
Yeah,
maybe...
terrible.
Alright, Lorimbo, hear me out. What if you take a proxy hatch at the mega base? Rich
Yeah, that's
Caspian
what I was
guys...
thinking.
Yeah, okay.
Like, what was that map called? Pride of Altaris?
Yeah?
Yeah, that map I used to go gold first every matchup. It was great. I loved it.
On your side of the map or the other side of the map?
Both of them.
I love it.
Anyway, we have the first Reaper, then the third. The game actually started for real. Okay, let's see. Will Ling go down? According to Iba, if you lose the Ling, you're a noob and you should quit the game. So I have great expectations.
Yeah, but on this map, by the time the Reaper makes it to the other side of the map, you've got 2 queens. So, oh, what if he loses the drone? Oh, DJ still got it.
Question mark dropped immediately. Let's go.
Let's go.
Already blaming the ping. Yeah, this is why I enjoy this league so much. We told the players as long as I didn't actually BM, they could say whatever they want. They could like meme all they want, and this is the result. It's great. I love it.
It is good. So when are these player intros coming?
I don't know. It's gonna be a surprise, Rotterdam. If I spoiler you, it could be now. It could be in 5 minutes.
Okay, but you can.
That's the gimmick.
All right. So, but we can already just talk about the players as much as we want and mention their nicknames.
Yeah. No, you don't have to worry about it. It's just they're like formal presentation that's random. You can talk about them all you want, yeah.
Sick. I love it. Triple CC on the side of DJ. Do you think he's gonna play mech here, by the way, Lorimbo?
I do think that this map is really good for the new Cyclone mech. But I've seen that's a fusion core. That seems I read the patch notes. That seems to be indicative of some kind of mech play. I have seen Battle Cruiser into Bio, but it's mostly a Hero Marine thing. At least that's the only player I know that actually plays it somewhat consistently.
I think Special and Gumio have done that a few times as well, no?
Nah, that's true. That's true, actually. I don't watch Special or Gumio because I mostly watch European tournaments. But that is true. You are correct. I remember Gumio actually playing it a bunch, which was especially dangerous because Gumio also plays 2 Starport PC, which keeps you on edge. So 360 Viking into Battle Cruiser. These are pretty standard opening, actually. If you see a Viking, it's usually a Lib or a Battle Cruiser as a follow-up. Eva just keeps talking.
Eva's gonna fire up the lair. He's got the Baneling Nest as well. Let's see if DJ can find a little opening here. Gets the first round. Seems that Eva is a little sleepy here, Lorimbo.
It's early. No, I wish you could say he wakes up at 8 every night, every day. He's not like a degenerate like us. No. He's,
like us, I wake up early every day too. What do you mean?
Do you? I thought you were like me. That woke up in the afternoon. Wow, I'm so disappointed. You suddenly look at least 20% less cool, bro. I'm sorry, mate.
Now today I woke up very late for my own standards, and this was like 10:45 or 11. That's because I had a birthday party yesterday, so I was out for a little while and felt a little bit off, so I needed the rest. But most days I'm up at 8-9 a.m., mate.
No way. That's like it says never meet your heroes, and now I'm incredibly disappointed.
Okay, throughout my entire 20s, I used to wake up at 2 p.m. So if that makes you feel better. All right, we are gonna build some more factories, and DJ is indeed gonna go mech.
Yeah, the map is good for it.
Iba didn't get to see a whole lot, right? That could give him the heads up for the battle cruiser. I don't think he knows.
I think he knows. If you see a Viking, you don't see a Liberator. It's 90% battle cruiser. So yeah, immediate spire goes up. That's the thing that you would only know if you played Zerg a lot. And Iba, I mean on Iba a lot because I say he doesn't think about the game at all. But recently, he actually has started putting a bit more thinking into his action instead of just having 300 APM. I'm really proud of him. That makes me really happy. The Viking is gonna kill
Nope.
at least one Overlord.
Yeah, but then it died immediately. I gotta say, the last 30 seconds went pretty damn bad for DJ. DJ really needs to get something going for himself. Because the Battlecruiser didn't do anything. It jumped on top of the Spore and like 5 queens. Viking dies as well. The SCV count looks alright, but the fact that he's just donating units and not finding any damage, kind of bad.
He's going for that battle mech style that we have been seeing with the patch, so full Cyclone with battle cruisers. Actually, I haven't seen this particular combination yet. Probably was played, I just didn't watch a lot of tournaments recently. I would have assumed that Benches would have been the preferred opening, but I guess the BC makes it easier against Roach Raptor pushers.
One thing I'm very disappointed by is that Eva is not expanding towards the bottom and he doesn't take the mega base. This is the sickest base ever.
I think that's a mistake, and I think, especially on this map, the top portion is really hard to defend. Look at those chokes. Really, really hard to surround, really hard to defend. And the creep is not looking stellar either, Rotti, to be honest.
No, it hasn't made progress in a while, but I think it's pretty difficult for Zerg to get really good creep spread against these openings because there are so many Hellions, you have to worry about Cyclones. I've noticed this even in some of the games of like Sero and Reynor that creep is less good than it was in the previous patch.
Yeah, a little Rambai gets met by Aliens and Cyclones, so doesn't do anything. DJ goes back. Is he gonna... I'm not quite sure what DJ is doing. I would have assumed that being active on the map would be more importantly. I would like to see some creep denial, even though there is not that much creep on the map yet. Iba is opting for the Ling Bane, Roach, Ravager, Corruptor timing that you often play against this.
I mean, normally if you play mech though, and you're barely down any workers, and you have been able to keep creep at bay, and you've got a big-ass army, it's not looking too bad. I actually think this really doesn't look too bad for DJ, as long as he doesn't take a bad fight against Banelings, but so far, I think our Dutch nerd is looking pretty good.
Yeah, he has to be careful. The new Cyclones are really fragile, so if you get into the wrong position, you can lose the game really quickly. But so far, so good, and he does get a fort. Iba is gonna take up those quick infestors, though. I've seen them being huge against Mattel Mech.
I feel like you should be an infestor boy too, Lorimbo.
I play infestors a lot when I play Matro. I love infestors. Yeah. Really cool units. one of my favorite units. So, good read on me. Yes, I am an infestor boy.
Alright. DJ is still in range. As you said, the Cyclones are very fragile, so he has to be careful with them. I think so far he's doing a pretty good job in just guarding the Zelnaga Watchtower. It does feel that Iba is going to go for the surround. This is where DJ really needs to get out of there as quickly as possible. Seems like it's going alright.
And now you get punished. Iba is going to find himself on the wrong side of the map with all of his units. He's gonna probably lose a bunch of, but the huge Vanguard gets the Cyclone surrounded. And this is what I was talking about, Rotte.
Yeah, it felt like we maybe overstayed our welcome a little bit. Those fungals were big, but DJ does have a whole bunch of tanks. The only thing that I'm worried about is that now we lose all of our momentum, so DJ is not going to push forever, and then by the time he can finally use the tanks, he might run into Broodlords, because we already have Corruptors, we have Aspire. Iba's gonna try to run into all these tanks. This feels at first questionable, but might actually be kind of decent.
No, I don't think so. I don't like this play by Iba at all. There is one Fanga, the 3 BC will help out with the defense. I don't know where the Corruptors are nearby.
Yeah, I mean, he killed a lot of tanks there though, mate. That's actually kind of decent. Didn't lose too many expensive units, he didn't overextend. I really think that was alright, because he kept all the infestors alive as well. Even forced the VCs to show up and help out defensively. Wasn't too bad. I
really think taking the goal here is the play. A goal plus a rich spin while your opponent is forced into a defensive position. That sounds like a really good idea. I'm not quite sure why he's not using it. Maybe it's kind of unfamiliar with the map. It does have a hive, so we could see the... Yeah, here it is, the Broodlord Switch. I called it! Oh my god, I'm so good at this. Obviously, Broodlord Switch is coming, but I'm gonna pat myself on the back.
I mean, I kind of mentioned the Broodlords as well, but sure. We can call it your victory, Lorimbo. No, this is your victory.
Yeah. It doesn't matter whose victory it actually is. I'm just gonna call it my victory anyway. That's how it works. Anyway, in the top left corner of the map, we have Iba from Platinum Heroes. Yeah, I expect you didn't expect it now.
No, that really caught me off guard. I'm also very happy that we went over that because I wasn't quite sure. Hey, we're looking at Hellions, Gemini. There's a whole bunch of blue flame Hellions getting on top of drones. And he's just introducing Iba into the beginning of the game. I don't know how many drones just died there, but a very decent amount.
That's the whole point. That's the whole point of doing it.
Oh. Yeah, no, I figured that it's better for me to follow Gemini's camera because then I'm talking about the same stuff that you're talking about, Lord Imba. That
Oh
kinda
no,
helps.
I'm freestyling.
Oh, okay.
No. Anyway, we are gonna see this planetary. Oh, it actually survives. They was gonna be able. The infestors slightly out of position. One of them gets killed by Yamato. Ghosts are already out on the field, and this is gonna look like a long game. Planetary path on the opposite side works.
Yeah, I mean, expensive, but it does work. Iba did finally get his hands on that super mega base, by the way. Just doesn't have it saturated yet. Iba's bank is honestly kind of tiny. Like, against a mech player that is getting a pretty terrifying late game army. I haven't seen too much late game TVZ yet. Can he kill a BC like this? Ooh, so close.
Ooh,
So close.
that's unfortunate.
Old Pongo would have killed it.
True. No, I don't think so. As much as I want to believe. Yeah, these 3 BCs are gonna get a bunch of values. I think DJ is actually playing this really well, at least with from the BC sides. He keeps saving them last seconds, and he has been getting that Yamato value. I really would like Hiba to get at least 90 drones. Like, the game is not gonna end up with a push at this point. I think you can fairly assume that.
Yeah. No, it also felt that maybe Iba was a bit overly concerned throughout the entire game that DJ would be very aggressive with Battle Mech and that he always needed a lot of units, but DJ has really been chilling forever and it does not feel like he's in any sort of a hurry. And the fact that Iba barely has a bank is honestly kind of scary. The army of DJ is just a lot better, I think, at the moment. Now, getting it from one side to the map to the other is going to be difficult, but I really like DJ's army.
He does have a mural though. So at least there's that. So those infestors are could have a bit more value, but yeah, the lack of Broodlord is painful. I'm not really sure. Okay, let's just put it. I wouldn't want to play from Iva's position. I would hate to be in this position as Iva. I would be like, how did we get here?
So what's the plan exactly for Iba, you think? Like, just take a fight, recycle out a bunch of army supply, then show up with Broodlords? Because... But I'm just afraid that the fight he's gonna take is not just going to be bad, but it's going to be absolutely horrific. There are 18 freaking tanks at the moment, and 11 ghosts.
I think you bank 2k, 2k, or 3k, 3k. You bust one of the planetaries with your army and morph 20 Broodlords back. Like
look at this. Bottom side of the map. Oh, Neuroparasite on all 3 BCs, and they're gonna make a... Wait, what? He's gonna jump them in the middle of all the Corruptors. Honestly, sick move there. The Infestus, baby.
Really cool
Getting all 3 BCs. That's very well done.
Yeah, really cool play actually. I was just talking about the value of the BCs and Iba manages to... That's actually a really cool play. I don't know if he put the Infestor there because he knew or what else. Insane.
Yeah. Big brain plays. But that's okay. I mean, obviously, you're just like, alright, more tanks, more gulls. I mean, now that it does feel we really need Broodlords. Because if we don't get Broodlords soon, we're never gonna win a fight on the ground against like 18 tanks. It just seems impossible.
Yeah. DJ has been a bit slow on the expansion, only now trying to get a 6th. When I look the pro players matches, they usually take it early. But to be fair, with the comp that Iba has been going for, there is really no rush in taking bases for DJ.
Yeah, no, he's chilling, he's maxed out, he's got money in the bank. Has 12 goals, does need to be a little bit careful. Because it does sometimes feel that maybe 100 links with 3-3 and Adreno can catch you off guard. If we have this many tanks, maybe open the door for just a crap ton of Zerglings.
Interestingly, Iba went triple Evo just to get that +3 armor for the new interaction with Lynx and Elbats. That's actually a cool play. I don't know if it will pay off, I doubt it, but right now the 100 links are much scarier than usual, and it is the Broodlord transition I was talking about. I think he played this well, he traded a bit, it wasn't too poor of a trade, and is now finally switching into Infestor Broodlord.
Is DJ just playing the survival game over here? Like, he's got
Playing. DJ is a very, let's call him, defensive player. I call him a spirit fan.
If this is defensive, I want to see a turtle player because the man has like 20 plus tanks, 7 sensor towers, and he hasn't moved to the halfway mark of the map since the Cyclones and the Hellions.
I once got held hostage by DJ in a 45-minute game, which I eventually lost, and I hated this playstyle ever since. I was like, bro.
I really like that you added the fact that you eventually lost it, Lorimbo, because I think any game that goes past the 25-minute mark, I think your win record is probably quite low.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. The way I play, that's certainty. But you will be surprised how good my macro is, actually. I've gotten Grandmaster with macro only multiple times. Like 5-2, 5-3 is pretty easy with macro. 5-5 is not possible. I'm too bad at it.
I believe your macro is good, but I don't know how well you can control the late game army. We have a big fight, by the way, though. The Broodlords are here. We land the Fungal. How many goals do we have left? Plenty.
This is gonna be really painful for DJ. This is also, by the way, a mistake that I saw in my own game. DJ tends to really not go for the torch until very late. So good old transition are very dangerous, and I don't really like the position for DJ. I think it might be dead here. Or at least lose a couple of bases.
You know what would have been very sick? If he actually had like 4 or 5 starports, and then he can just build 10 Vikings at a time. Sure, there is some fungal, but that's pretty much the only end here. Yeah, the Ghost alone were just not well protected enough, and the Broodlings obviously forced the tanks to shoot at each other. Nice EMP on all the infestors. Like, imagine if you would have been able to build 8 Vikings now. Your life would be so easy.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't like the way DJ played it. I think we're starting a bit too much against the link-based style, and the GG gets called. Surprisingly short for the setup. Yeah, DJ dashed the first Broodlord push. Well played by Iba.
Yeah, well done by Iba, but it felt that that game never has to end there. When you've got that many bases, when you're so well set up defensively, I do think at one point maybe, you know, over 15 tanks, probably every tank is 1 tank too many. You need to be ready for some Broodlords, and maybe he was thinking about it, and he probably just thought that the 10 plus goals that he had were always going to be good enough, but unfortunately it wasn't good enough.
Yeah, a bit of lacking. I think DJ Sevilla underestimated the Broodlord switch possibility. But after all, that's a mistake. They happen. We didn't shout him out, which means that the next game, DJ is gonna be shout out at the start and in the middle, because that's how it works. Since I forgot to shout out to DJ, he's gonna be shout out twice to compensate.
I like it. I hope that we're going to see a smaller map and just a little more interaction, because I feel like the game started off very promising, then it didn't really go anywhere. Then right when it was about to get very promising, the game just ended. And I don't think that DJ did not expect Broodlords, because obviously he saw the 12, 14 Corruptors, and he knows that eventually they're going to morph into Broodlords. Otherwise, why would they stay Corruptors forever? But I just think that he thought the amount of goals he had was good enough, and unfortunately it wasn't.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I think it was relying on Ghost. A bit weird, because I don't think Ghosts are usually that good against Broodlords.
They got nerfed as well, no?
Yeah, no, wait, actually, I don't think they got nerfed against Broodlords. They do the same, like they take the same amount of shot.
Sick. What did they get nerfed against? Ultras?
1 more shot with Ultras and 1 more shot against Roaches.
Oh, okay.
If you ever want that Roach transition against the Ghost.
I mean, there are some moments where late game you still see the Zerg running around with lava roaches. I can see that being somewhat impactful, but...
Nikic actually plays like that. The Belarusian Zerg player. I've seen him actually switch to Roaches against Ghost in the current patch, especially against Mech Ghost. Very cool to see. I didn't expect it to work, but apparently somewhat works.
You know, I invited him last Friday in the Big Brain Bouts. I've invited him a couple times. I like him because most of the time when it comes to European Zergs, it's really hard to find Zergs, let's say, between 5'5 and 6'2. There are so few. You've got like a couple of the big dogs, and now finally we've got like young Yakov, who's kind of getting better, and obviously Nikic is getting better. You've got Mixu, but, you know, that's kind of it. And Iba is great, but he's too young for my event, so that really sucks.
Wow, forgetting Fiant? Wow.
Fiant has played 6 times already, so no, I did not forget Fiant.
I know. We joke about about the BBB Fiant curse. That was finally broken.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that made me happy. Made him very happy as well. Oceanborn is going to be the second map. Have you played a lot on Oceanborn, Lorimbo?
I actually really like the map. Okay, so I do think it's a defensive map. It reminds me a lot of not New Humanity. What's the one? Not Rose. The pink one that was that had the linear third in front of it. Very campy map. Oh, I can't remember the name. Romanticide. Thank you very much. Yes,
Okay.
absolutely. Romanticide. It reminds me a lot of Romanticide. But I actually had some of the best games of my life on this map. Because the rush distance is not too big. There are a bunch of cool positions to do trick like stuff like proxy. Actually, even playing macro, it's kind of open. So it's like better Romanticide for me. Defensive map, but cool.
Have you also noticed that the pathing can be very annoying on this map because there are so many rocks?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I hope that we get to see a couple of dramatic misclicks on this map, where we see the army just split up, going two different angles. One army gets completely obliterated. I've had people complain to me about it already, about how unlucky they were when it came to the pathing, and I've also seen my own army do some very weird stuff.
Yeah, there are. I'm not quite sure if that's intended, because some map the pathing is asymmetrical on purpose. I remember, what was it called? The Bell. No, what was it? Very short map. I don't remember the names of maps anymore. I'm getting old. But there was a map a while ago that had a split path in the middle, and very short map, and the pathing was different compared to the side, but that was intentional. I'm not sure if it's still intentional on Ocean Board.
I don't know. I mean, it feels intentional. I don't know. I've never thought about it, but I know that people need to be careful, and obviously it is a part of StarCraft, right? You can't just always right-click and assume everything is going to stay together in one place. Yeah, you need to be on top of your army movement. Anyway, I believe you promised me an intro, mate. So now I want to see the
absolutely. The top left corner. Oh, do you want to do it?
No, I want you to do
top left corner,
it.
we have from team I don't remember, from team playing for team brain aneurysm. Anyway, DJ. I also call him Georgix, because I cannot pronounce his name at all.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I think I've never even tried, but we've always gone with DJ because the rest is hard. Hey, what do you think of
how it's pronounced?
How do you feel about this shadow of the shark in the bottom right side? If you spawn in the bottom right side,
Wait, shadow of the shark? What?
or whatever it is, like a whale, an octopus. You know, the big shadow that floats around in your natural.
Wait, I didn't notice that ever.
What? You say you love this
swear.
map and you haven't noticed this thing?
Okay, Rotti, how much do you think I look at my natural in my average game?
I mean, I may have. But what if you're attacking your opponent's natural? How have you not noticed that thing?
True, that's true. Usually, my second Dutch is in my opponent's third.
Yeah.
Usually, so that's what I'm most comfortable looking. No, I didn't notice. Is there a shadow?
Yeah.
I didn't notice at all.
Look at the natural of Iba right now. You'll see it every 5 seconds. It's just like constantly going back and forth. It's a big fish.
Is it like a high resolution only? Or because I'm not seeing
But
anything.
you really don't see that? That's crazy. I don't know what settings you have, but
I have the lowest on everything.
okay.
I swear there's nothing.
I swear there is something, Lorimbo.
Wait, time I get messed with.
No, I guess you have shadows turned off. Yeah, I guess you have a graphic setting where it's not there.
Oh yeah, most likely. Which also explains why I didn't notice it before. Okay, so DJ gets 2 kills. Iba, come on, man.
One drone, one Ling. The Ling is not a big deal. The drone is a big deal. Back-to-back games, by the way, guys, where DJ starts off with a drone kill. Pretty sick.
That was such a cool move. Yeah, absolutely. DJ going very aggressive with this Reaper, but they have been paying off. So 3cc once again for our favorite player, Terran player, I have to specify. Will we see the repeat of the last game? I hope not. This map is defensive. Oof. Please,
No,
DJ.
I don't think we're going to see another Battlecruiser opening because the BCs really didn't do a whole lot throughout the entirety of the game. Obviously, it was a 6th night by Eva with the Infestors, but even the first Battlecruiser just jumped on top of a Spore as 7 Queens. I don't think we're going to see Battlecruisers again.
Yeah, I hope so. Well, not because I don't like Battlecruiser play. I actually kind of find it enjoyable. But just because it tends to go into longer games. Yeah, you are right. Cool prediction. We're going to go for benches. So this time, definitely a more standard opening, Helio Banshee. Are we gonna see Bio, Mech? Let's see. What's the gas count? I think it's Bio. The lack of gas in the natural is telling.
Pretty good grenade. Can we get the Queen? That would be sick. Imagine if we get... the
No
Queen is gonna
shot.
go forward.
No shot. You are too optimistic. Queens are OP. I'm dead.
I know they are, but I'm a dreamer. I like to cheer for the underdog. In everything I watch, I'm pretty much always rooting for the underdog.
That's true. I enjoy it. But Iba is my personal friend, so I can't help but be a bit biased. It's okay, I admit my biases.
It's okay, you cheer for your Zergi, I cheer for the Dutchman. It's normal.
Yeah, that's fine.
Quick lair on the side of Iba. He's not gonna go for a double Evo.
I think he thinks it's too greedy. As far as I remember, he really likes layering to Bane Nest. The Bane Nest is always a bit late. I honestly think that against Iba, did he scout the 3? Well, he knows it's 3cc because he scouted the lack of depots. So I guess he's not expecting a Elbat push, which explains the late Bane Nest. But I always find it kinda greedy. There are players who Elbat push with 3cc. Hugo, for example.
I feel like Hellbat pushes are almost never good, man. Even when the Zerg is not ready, then they just spread out the Queens, they kill the Medevac, and it's like, oh, okay, they're kind of going to be fine. I don't know if you saw that game between Cure and Sero on Babylon not too long ago, where Sero had absolutely no idea what was happening until it literally showed up at his front door. There were Marauders, Hellions morphing into Hellbat, and Sero was still fine. I was like, well, I guess this build just really sucks.
Yeah, I don't like the build too much. I think it's weird. But I think it's fun, like especially the ghost variation is kind of a meme. Anyway, the two benches are gonna try to find some damage in the natural, but they're gonna fail. Iba is splitting the queens. Power move.
Now the Overseer is gonna show up as well. Hellions trying to get lucky at the bottom, but feels that Iba's early game or early mid game is just a little bit too good. He's really not giving any openings to DJ, but as long as DJ doesn't lose these units, there is still plenty of value you can get from them. And hey, we have to settle for some creep, and we may as well do that. Gets a drone. It's alright. Could have been worse.
Yeah, absolutely. DJ is indeed gonna transition into that +1/+1 bio timing. And it's a 5 rack so far. So we're gonna see if he adds 3 more racks or if he chooses to take a 4th. It's probably gonna go for a 2-2 push if I had to guess. That's usually what you do from a 3cc opening. But he could also try to push immediately.
Hey, his tank is stuck. Okay, he saves it. Yeah, there was a tank stuck between the reactors in the main. Yeah, that's...
Can the tank even spawn from the other side? Yeah, he can. Okay.
Well, we're gonna see.
Oof.
I actually don't think it can. Because otherwise, why would it be there in the first place?
Oh my god, you're right. That's so painful. That's so painful. He's gonna switch into mines, apparently, because he's building a reactor on that factory.
Yeah, it was planned all along, mate. Just 2 tanks, pick them up. Kind of a cool move out here. I kind of like it. There is Baneling's very quick hive, by the way, on the side of Iba. Or at least that. Yeah. There is potential here, right? If Iba takes one good fight, things can absolutely snowball. And there are so many good tank positionings on this map. This is not a fight that Iba can absolutely take. Nice tank shot from the high ground. DJ, Lorimbo, I'm feeling it here.
No, I'm not feeling it. Look at the tank, it's so far back. This one is a bit better. I think Iba has so much time to defend this. I could be wrong, but I wouldn't be too scared if I was Iba here. I would be chilling.
He's looking for the fungal infestor. Pretty decent fungal. Can the Banelings connect or can we go full beyond? Baneling connections are pretty good. Still decent amount of Marines left over, and that tank on the high ground is still there.
I'm gonna be honest, Rossi. I'm a big fan of the infestor change. I think it's super cool that you can go infestor area. I know it's a nerf for the pros, but it's so much cooler now. You can go like infestors defensively, aggressively. There's so much more meta. I like it so much. One of the better changes in the patch, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I like it a lot as well. Alright, Iba's gonna try to buy some time. Has a lot of units coming from the top left. We'll finally be able to clean up that first tank. Took a little while. The tank shots are good. Can the Marines protect the tank from the low ground? No, but hey, maybe they can battle some queens here. Nope. Nice snipes on the Baning so far, though. Honestly, I'm pretty impressed. I didn't hate these trades. Look at the amount of units that have gone down on the side of Iba. No, DJ does need to be careful with all the buy units there in the center, but...
Yeah. Remember that DJ has been going for that fourth base into 8 tracks, so it's definitely not as committed as he could be. He's completely fine to do Not the greatest trades right now for DJ. And this harassment from Iba is also gonna find for a pickup.
Yeah, our man is just... Iba's very quick. Couple of Banelings blowing up the Hellions now as well. If Iba didn't have such a quick hive, right? Let's say Iba was still on lair tech, I would have still said, man, I really like DJ's spot. But since Iba has obviously been teching up very quickly, we've got Ultras on the way, we've got Adrenal Glands halfway done. DJ needs to make some magic happen in the near future. And unfortunately, he pulled a Beyond, right? He's got +2 armor way before +2 attack. But this push needs to get something done, otherwise DJ is in serious trouble.
Yeah, but I'm not seeing it. I really don't like this push position from DJ. This is one of the difference. Well, one of the main analogies with Romanticide. It's not that easy to gain pushes. Romanticide had better spots, but even those weren't great.
We have a couple of Widow Mines here. Maybe Iba doesn't know about the mines. Nope, Iba does know about these mines. First mine doesn't really do a whole lot. Massive overkill there on Widow Mine number 2 and 3. Well,
Drop on the right side, find some damage, but gets killed.
Yeah. Queens are good.
Queens are good, especially if you have 10 of them. One queen is already overpowered. Imagine 10 queens.
Yeah, that's a shame. At least DJ is a 4-base Terran, but he's going to be a 4-base Terran with 0 ghosts against Ultras in the near future. We have Iba going for a bit of a run by, a couple of links, few Banelings in the mix as well. These Baneling connections are going to be quite decent, no? Yeah.
Better than, like, less good than I expected. But in the top left corner again, we have DJ Georgix doing his best to survive this game and trying a push in the left side. Here we go, second shoutout, I promised it.
I love that. Also lost 8 Marines in the bottom side of the map, and the medevac unfortunately didn't get any damage done. Supplies look decent, but I feel like the army of Iba is going to be so much better than the army of DJ. But maybe we can pray. Good fight near Planetary Fortress, couple good Widowmine hits. I kind of feel like that's the only thing that DJ can really hope for.
I would like for DJ to start going Ghost here. Iba is already transitioning to that Ultra Infestor tech.
Jesus.
And the +3 is huge.
Take a look at the main base, by the way, of DJ. He's got so many Widow Mines in his main. Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
he's got 21 mines.
Did you know that the mines are actually not that bad against Ultras? They're not great, eh? They're actually, like, they do surprisingly more damage than I thought.
Sure. If you have 21 of them, I believe you. It's a real shame, by the way, that Drilling Claws is so late, and it obviously makes the mines a little bit less scary. Decent amount of friendly fire there on these medevacs. Oh.
No, Fungal it, Fungal. Oh, no. Wow, Iba. By the way, I didn't notice this, but Iba went specifically for 5 gases to prepare for that early infestor transition. So we're already seeing the meta develop a bit. DJ also showed us a bit of the new meta, or the new possibility that the patch has brought us in the previous game. Fungal, huge Fungal goes down. There's a Ultra, there's a lot of Banings, find a lot of damage.
Yeah. At least we're gonna have those Drilling Claws soon. The 3-3 upgrades finishing up. I'm kind of worried because I feel like we just need Ghost, right? Or a whole bunch of Liberators with Ultras. I know you said that mines are not that bad, and yeah, I can see it.
I didn't see they were good either.
Yeah, exactly, right? Like, you need luck, or you need your opponent to take a really bad fight. So I hope that DJ can improve the quality of his army a tiny bit. To be fair, though, I think he has played a really good best of 2 so far, because I kind of thought that Iba was quite a bit stronger than DJ. But I think DJ is holding his own.
DJ has some really good games against Zerg. It's really hard to play against him. I think it's kind of underrated. It's kind of goated in that sense. I'm not really sure what his struggles is. Maybe the actual brutal transition he does too often. Anyway, a little run by is gonna find a bit of damage, but not too much because the 21 mines are still there.
Ooh, sick fungal, but there is nothing to actually capitalize on that sick fungal. Yeah, no, DJ didn't really take that much damage there. Can obviously repair the orbital. Wouldn't hate him to rewall one more time, because if Eva has an opening non-stop with 3-3 links and Adreno glance, he's just gonna keep on rallying links towards the top right side, or even ultras. And a couple of Wither Mines will not keep you safe forever. Instead, DJ is gonna pick up a bunch of units and he's gonna fight in the top right. Don't know about this, but let's see.
We going for those Corruptor again. I'm assuming this is for the libs. Corruptor Ultra Infestor is a comp that I personally like a lot. I played this a bunch.
Oh, why are the medevacs so far ahead of the bio, and now Fungos are going to hurt, Corruptors are going to hurt. I would kind of drop a Parabomb here, by the way.
Yeah,
DJ is just completely forgetting about 5 medevacs.
He's busy dropping in the right side, trying to do damage, but he's gonna lose all of the medevacs in the process.
All but one.
Very painful. Losing the Medivacs Asterna is super painful. I didn't realize how painful it is until I played Terran myself. I was like, oh god.
Yeah, then every stim suddenly hurts like a motherfucker.
Yeah, every stim suddenly inflicts a gajillion damage to your units. You're like, oh no, stim not so good after all. But the one thing I will say is that I don't see a very easy way for Iba to end the game quickly here. Ultras are good in pushing certain situations, but there are already ghosts on the fields and a lot of Marauder mine. Not super easy to find a opening here, yeah, in my opinion.
Maybe Iba's not in a rush. Maybe he's kind of liking where he's going, because he's got 4k minerals, 2k gas, he's got plenty of bases, and I think he just kind of wants to clean up army after army. He is forced to sacrifice a hatchery on the bottom side of the map. And let's see if these ultras, corruptors, and single overseer are very smart, because DJ left a lot of mines behind. Look at these ultras go, they're so big, so strong. So thank you.
Yeah, that's why I'm actually surprised that this 4 ultra run-by is doing so much. It's still also eating on the side that we were talking about before, which feels like definitely DJ's weakest side. Not a lot of defenses there. These ultras are going ham, man. So much damage. And the 3 corruptors might even... maybe I'm too optimistic.
What was kind of nice actually for that one Widow Mine is to do splash damage and kill the Overseer. So now all the other mines survived, and obviously eventually Iba's gonna have to go home. Couple Ghosts in the Sentinel and the Snipe. Not bad. Not too bad what DJ is doing here.
So Iba deciding to go once again for the Infestor Broodlord tech as his final plan, which I think is really the best choice in this situation. It feels really, really hard to push otherwise. Broodlords are they're not that bad against Bio, okay? They're at least below average. Okay, I'm jesting. They're good. If you get Broodlords Infestor, it's a really good comp. It's hard to play against it.
Yeah, they're very fast now, no? The Brutes. Like, I haven't seen too much of them in, like, real serious fights. Obviously, we saw them in game 1, but Broodlords definitely move a whole lot quicker as we have a Fungal. These Ultras are kind of stuck. You mentioned earlier that you think it's going to be hard for Eva to kill DJ. It's definitely starting to look like it, man. DJ has a couple of very fortified spots.
I played this situation. Ultra Infestor, it's like if you can get the timing right, you can just win the game on the spot. Just kind of kill him. We see him in the Fiant versus Foxer, the BBB. Fiant almost did it, despite being really behind, just with a ultra timing. But once the other player starts to transition a bit, it becomes really, really hard to kill them. And DJ will snipe this top right base. Lose a medivac in the process? Yeah.
Basically lost 2 medevacs full of bio units there, so it's a little bit painful. Getting a hatchery is nice and all, but I think the DJ lost a whole lot more than what he actually ended up killing. And it's not like Iba is starving for cash, so that probably wasn't the best move out, but it's okay.
I mean, at this point, I think it's a war of attrition. Iba will try his hardest to get at least 1 base from DJ or deny 1, and go Broodlord Infestor. I have to mention, otherwise I would be criminal. Once again, DJ doesn't seem to be respecting the Broodlord possibility.
Yeah, but we have a whole lot. But we still have a whole lot more NTI, at least in this game, than we do in the previous one, right? You've got the missile turrets, you've got all the mines, and on top of that, you have 20 Marines. That if Iba would take a bad fight with his remaining units, the Marines provide NTI. Last game, he literally just had the Ghost. Now I at least feel we have a lot of units that shoot up.
Yeah, but I would count on the Marine versus Broodlord fight. I love Marines, they're a great unit, but sometimes I think you're asking too much of them.
I don't
Let's
know, man.
see.
3-3 Marine has never disappointed me, mate. Plenty of medevacs to support him. I think it's gonna be okay.
Yeah, that's true. That's fair. Marines with medevac support are really good.
They can stay there for a while.
The DJ looks to be taking a 45 advanced position. Becomes way harder for Iba to go this game. And the Ultra's gonna get destroyed.
For ATL2,
Down, but not
sorry
really
it's not
useful.
much, but
Parasitic
please
will
take it
kill
for the prize
one
pool funding.
medevac, not even.
Thank you.
The Widow Mines are actually very problematic, and the amount of ghosts that we have here too. Maybe Eva is going to try to suicide 1 or 2 units of the Terran army. That is not happening yet. We are setting up for a Zerg engagement. Queens coming in as well. Look at that Liberator, by the way, getting a lot of big shots off on those Queens. A single EMP would have been sweet, but DJ is actually taking some really good trades here.
Yeah. I think this is the moment where Iba fully transition to Brooders. Loses a base for it. Now we're gonna see. Is DJ prepared? Does he know of the possibility? Even choosing not to go Brooders yet. That's very surprising.
Yeah, he's making so many Corruptors.
Like
He has
5 more
9.
Corruptors?
Yeah, like 14. He must go Broodlord, but yeah, he's kind of maxed out, so he doesn't really have a whole lot of army supply.
Good
14
run by
Corruptors feels like it's pushing it a little bit.
Huge Ramba is gonna do a lot of damage to the army, but gets finally redirected by the man, gets repelled. That poor base got traded so many times, that top base from DJ.
Alright. Now with all those links going down in the run by, he is gonna make Broodlords. And not just a couple, 14 of them at once.
Yeah, I think it was panic links, honestly. I think it was well, they didn't pay out eventually, so it's not bad. I just would have gone Broodlords earlier.
Man, I kind of believe in DJ's chances here, man. With the 21 goals, okay, there's a Nidus going up in the corner of the main. Does seem that DJ is paying attention to it, so he's gonna send a couple of Marines over. You definitely don't want to see that Nidus come online in your main, but good job there by DJ. Now I do want to see him keep pushing. He's got so many goals. We're closing in on 20 goals. I'd love to see him clean up a bit of creep in the center of the map and then just snipe galore, right? Pew 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 all day.
Yeah, the creep is definitely one of the things that's keeping Iba afloat. At least in the top portion of the map. Iba knows that worse comes to worse. If he can just mine out the base on the bottom, he can completely relocate to the top and try to play the game from there. And to be fair to him, if you manage to get that base that where there is currently a Zerg in burrowed, that could be the way to win the late game, the attrition game. Anyway, yeah. Brooders are on the field, 3-3 coming, more spines, more broods, more infestors, more everything, more Zerg.
Only 13 Banelings in the mix, by the way. This is like the majority of the Banelings. They are going to roll forward. They get a couple of connections with the ghosts, but there are still 15 ghosts. I mean, DJ is scanning, knows about all the brutes. Yeah, go ahead.
Immediately release a Thor, but it's only one spaceport and is not making Vikings lacking gas. Iba has I think Iba has timing here.
No.
Yeah.
How's Iba gonna attack into 15 ghosts?
With Broodlords.
Are they that good, mate?
They're really, like, I don't think that they're bad against ghosts at all. Or at least my experience has been that they're like fine-ish, especially if you have infestor support with Iba has.
Okay, well, let's see. I haven't really seen the interaction yet of the Neo Broodlord with this many ghosts. Sure, with Banelings in the mix and then you land a Fungal, then I can absolutely see it. But the brutes by themselves, I don't think there is much of a timing there.
We'll see. But Iba chooses not to go for it. Oh my god, those mines are... one Viper and one Overseer.
21 ghosts. Ooh, nope. Wait, what is that cloak? I forgot personal cloaking. That's kind of painful.
Yeah, that's actually so good.
Yeah, I feel like so many Terrans don't get it. I wouldn't say they forget about it, but they just kind of don't get it until they have 20. Oh, Infestor, by the way, on the left. Look at that. Iba's got a burrowed Infestor on the left side of all these ghosts. Lorimbo, this could be big, mate.
Oh, he's doing it. He's gonna do it. I think he's gonna go for it. Let's see. No, doesn't get the Fungal. Gets another great Fungal with the normal Infestor.
Ghosts are move commanding. Will the Ghosts ever be able to land some snipes? They are going to be able to land a few snipes. Banelings coming in from the top. Oh my God, nice blinding cloud as well by Iba. That's sick.
Oh, but these Banelings coming from the flank with this. Oh, you were completely right about about the Brutals losing to the Gods. Anyway, oh my god, the Brutals got destroyed there. Fungal would have solved the problem, but without the Fungal it's really hard. These Banelings are searching for the Gods, they were gonna find them, actually. Random microbial shout.
Yeah, I don't know where that came from, but sure, we're gonna see that one go down. DJ did have a bit of money, so he is able to produce a lot of units at once, but it's just a little bit of everything. He needs some big Widowmine shots here to survive, and I don't know if those shots were big enough. He does have a crazy amount of army supply. I kind of wonder where is it, right? Because do you see 113 army supply? Is it all the bottom or something? Look.
I'm actually wondering that myself. Where is that army supply?
He's got a lot of Widowmines and Liberators still at the bottom side. He has a lot of units in production.
Yeah, that's probably the Lips and the Widowmines. And Iba is gonna look to take most likely this game. He's pushing into the main, and once you get the main, you get the prize.
What's the price?
The prize is at 2-0 and the winner of my bet. All in, baby. Yes! I won a ton of ROTTI channel points. Well, I don't know actually how much.
Probably not very many, mate, because I think a lot of people were predicting Eva to win the best of two.
Wow, it's... Oh my, it was 85%. I'm not gonna win anything.
Honestly, even though Eba won 2-0 and we all kind of expected Eba to win, I think DJ played really good. Like, I'm generally impressed. It is not easy to survive that long against a man like Eba, win multiple fights, have some momentum with a couple good drops here and there. I'm proud of DJ. I think that was a good showing.
Yeah, I agree with you. Like, DJ played really out of his mind.
What is going to be our next series? Will it be the PvP of Gemini versus Chelch? Or
I'm assuming so. Schedule says it should be that one, but since they're... Yeah, okay, thank you, Gemini.
I'm also gonna, just because I assumed that first match wasn't gonna take so long, I was assuming that this match would be casted by you guys too, so I don't have to cast myself yet again because it's so awkward. So you guys can cast this one as well, and then after that match, then I can do one with Roddy, and then I imagine that'll probably be good. Or that'll be how much time he has, I guess. So,
you know, of course, no, I'll definitely do this PvP with Lord Rainbow. I think that makes sense. You just focus on playing, mate.
Well, it's replays, so. Yeah, I play.
Yeah,
no,
but it's not.
Yeah.
But it's not fun if you're casting, because then you have to do that weird
that's
thing.
why we're talking. That's why I'm gonna be casting it.
Yes.
Yeah,
cool.
no, of course. Let me do it with loading.
Awesome, yeah. All right, I'm gonna go to the desk real quick so they can just talk about some stuff real quick, and then I'll be back to you guys in just a second. As I cut Rotterdam off because I have so much power. Hello, my desk.
Hello.
An incredible series.
What a way to start it.
Yeah, really. I was not expecting to see a full hour-long series between Eba and DJ. I mean, DJ played out of his mind, let's be honest. Like, that was a correct statement by Larimbo. That was way more than I was expecting to see from him today.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's kind of a big tell when he dies to one specific unit both games, right? Does that say something about a unit?
Does it say something about the unit, or does it say something about DJ having no respect for the fact that in a 30-minute game, Broodlords could at one point come out? I don't know.
Yeah, so that was the biggest thing in game one, right? So DJ has absolutely the most beautiful setup in the entire world. He's ready for anything except one unit, and then Broodlord comes and he instantly loses. That was just very unfortunate.
Yeah, it was a bit sad.
He had a much better setup game two. He was taking bad fights, to be honest. That was kind of it.
What
should have focused more on one side of the map. Like, he got pulled around a bit too much.
You would have rather him see him just kind of full shove it down the bottom when he was trying to take the bottom side, maybe, instead of keep responding to Eba's sling harass at the top or something.
Yeah, exactly. Like the setup, like in game one he had a beautiful defensive setup, and then in game two it was like he was needing a bit of the setup to defend the run bys while he's pushing the bottom.
Right. Ardent, what'd you think about that incredible series?
Well, I was actually impressed by Georgic's level of play. It remains a very strong start for the bad guys. I have to point out that DJ actually killed the drone at the beginning of both games.
Correct.
And still lose. So maybe there's a a balance issue on that matchup. Maybe I don't know, like buff Team Marines or something, because clearly there's a problem.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's a very clear statement that we need to revisit that aspect of TVZ, Balance Council. I hope you're listening. But yeah, anyways, the next match is going to be Chelch going against myself. So that is going to be the Pool 1 match.
Two non-Europeans playing each other.
What's that? Oh.
Two non-Europeans. That's a joke for my European buddies.
Yes, nice. Good one. Very nice. I understand that one. Anyways.
Alright, great. I think this is gonna be a huge dub for the most biggest charming everything man on the planet, aka Gemini.
Wow.
So
I'm assuming you're meaning Chelch, right?
No, Gemini's gonna win this one too. It's
sick.
PvP.
So cool.
I don't know what's gonna happen, but I think like this is where it evens out again with the
Nice.
Gemini 2-0.
I appreciate
This
you.
isn't bad, but Gemini is, he's gonna win 2-0.
We can look at the statistics. We know the results. It's like Gemini is the best players of Pool 1. He has a 10-5 score. Chelch is a literal scrub. Is a 9th place with a 2-6 score. I would be very surprised if PvP was a broken enough matchup to allow him to take another map of Gemini.
Yeah, but to be fair, he did take a map off me when we did play back in week 5. So of his few wins, one of them is against me. So that is also something.
True, but that is also why you're gonna win 2-0 this time.
So based.
Also, I have no idea how Chelch plays in PvP these days. And didn't you also take a map from Jackie, or did you beat Jackie? And Jackie is the best player in the world since he's in the finals. So
I can't remember if I got 2-0'd or what. I actually have no idea.
I think it was 1-1.
I don't even know. Oh, it was. Actually, I literally can't remember. Anyways.
Yeah, and he's in the finals, so he's clearly the best player from Pool 1. So once again,
Is that how that works? I don't know.
Yeah, that's how it works.
I think my 10-5 score is something to say about that. Anyways, I'll be back with you guys in a little bit. We're going to go ahead and throw it over to our wonderful casters yet again. There we go. Hello. Welcome back, guys.
Hello.
Get you guys into this replay. The next 2 matches are going to be replay casts. Or actually... No, the next one is replay, and then the next one after that is live, and then the last one is replay. So that's what we have here. Because yeah, not everyone can play live because it's everyone has different schedules. So these ones are going to be, some of them are replays. So you guys will have the me versus Chelch match here. So go ahead, have fun.
PvP, baby. Lorimba, how's the PvP knowledge?
Let's just say I've had better tests in my life, okay? I was doing better at other subjects that were not knowledge of PvP. But I've seen a shit ton of PvP in this tournament, so I have gained some insight into some of the cooler openings. Especially I've seen Gemini play a lot, so I do have some expectation here. I wonder...
You see that split, by the way, by Gemini? Sorry to interrupt you there, but that was a sexy split. Oh my goodness.
You can tell that he's been playing for a long time.
Yeah, this is a pro gamer right here, mate.
Fun fact, for the longest time, I split before making the first worker. I didn't know I was supposed to make the worker and then split. And I go, wow, splitting is really easy. Like, you just do it slower. And then I wasn't making my first worker for the first 5 seconds. Like,
all right, Golden Aura is going to be the opening map of this PvP, where I guess Gemini is a minor favorite, right? Would you agree with that?
I think so, but I will report something that you cannot possibly know. The last time they played, Chelch actually went 1-1 with Gemini. So the underdog here has some serious chances of winning. It has happened before, and PvP, as far as I know, it's always a bit of a mixed bag. Gemini is gonna scout for those proxies super early, or gonna go for a proxy himself, most likely.
Yeah, it could just be a fake proxy as well, right? Just build a pylon somewhere else to keep your opponent guessing and then play a normal game.
I like it. Mind games, high IQ. This is the stuff that I like. Creativity. Not the boring things.
Yeah, especially the Koreans, they've always loved it. And obviously Gemini has been living in Korea for a long time. I feel like the Europeans, they do it sometimes. The Koreans pretty much always do it.
Yeah, the one thing I will say is that for a long time I didn't enjoy watching Koreans play that much, but they do have some really creative stuff, and I've been catching up on some of those Korean tournaments or even WTL and looking at them like wow. The other thing is actually, do you know what my favorite country of players is? Or rather, region of the world, continent,
South America.
Wow, it's great. It's amazing, bro. They're all insane. I love them. Eric is a dear friend of mine, and I love watching him. Cham is also amazing. Anyway, we are in a PvP, and in the bottom right corner, we have the British man himself, the King of Britain, Church. Did a bit earlier this time. I wanted to make sure not to miss it again.
I do have to correct you there, though. I don't think that Cham qualifies as South American.
Wait, what?
He's Mexican.
Wait, is Mexico considered Central America? I actually don't know. Okay,
yeah, if anything, it's North America, but yeah, you can go with Central America, but definitely not South America.
Oh, it's yeah, ignorant Italian gets corrected. Yeah, my bad, man. My bad. That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, it's okay.
I foolishly tend to associate North America with the USA and Canada. That's wrong. That's simplistic.
Yeah, no. I mean, I think Central America is what some people could live with, but if you really have to choose between North and South, it's definitely always North. But it's okay.
All right, we are gonna see. That was a proxy Stargate after all, and then there is a proxy gate very close nearby. They both missed each other.
Yeah, this is where we say you may not like it, but this is what PvP peak performance looks like. Oh my god, it's all-out 4-gate, by the way. 4-gate on the side of Chelch against Proxy Stargate Oracle. I mean, obviously, if we don't get a battery, this can hurt, but he is getting a battery. I actually think Gemini is in serious trouble. Oh my god, he's going to wait for Oracle number 2 as well. I mean, sure, he might kill a lot of probes, but I don't know how he can defend. The only thing I think that Gemini can do is maybe try to stabilize on his main base, let the Nexus die, and then just try to kill a lot of probes at home. But this is going to be really, really, really hard for Gemini. Oh my goodness, I think he's actually dead, man.
Yeah, I completely agree. These 4 stalkers are on the wrong side of the map, and it doesn't seem to be that Gemini knows what's happening. Now he definitely knows, but that battery is too late. There are no units. Are we gonna see an instant recall?
He needs
doesn't
to.
even have the energy.
Yeah, he does have energy right now. I mean, Chelsea should probably try to run into that main base as quickly as possible. He's gonna do that now. He's gonna try to unpower the gates. The 2 oracles will kill a lot. But isn't Gemini going to lose? No, you gotta go for that pylon, mate. You gotta go for that pylon. Go for the pylon. Okay.
Definitely a bit of misplay from Chelsea here. And those 2 oracles are going ham. And something I don't dislike this anymore for Gemini. He is killing a lot. Let's remind ourselves, so Chelsea is transitioning into a robo. Gemini loses the first oracle.
I think that Gemini is still in a lot of trouble, but maybe that sentry can drop a picture-perfect force field, and that is a very nice force field on the side of Gemini. I mean, the doors will be open soon. Gemini's up 9 workers, but he can only produce 1 gateway unit at a time. He's going to try to buy a lot of time for himself. Gets another sentry. You need to kill sentry number 2, and that is exactly what Chelsea's going to do. I still think Gemini's in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, Church doesn't have the capability of warping in right now, though. So this probe surround will do a lot of damage. I actually think Gemini holds with a Nexus too. So even if he loses a bit more workers, no?
Yeah, but stabilizing in your main is one thing. Defending the Nexus is something else. But yeah, he is gonna. Oh, he cancels the batteries kind of early, full of confidence. What a man.
Yeah, he knows. Good hold actually. If not even insane hold.
Yeah. Oh no, he loses the stock like that as well, and he's just going to tap out. GG. It is a very good hold, but I honestly think that Gemini got help there a little bit, because Chelch definitely miscontrolled this unit and gave him a lot of time. When he saw that the stalkers were on the other side of the map, I think he should have ran into the main base immediately, before there was a wall off, before there was any potential warping in sentries, or even the energy for a recall. I think Chelch should have won that.
This is unfortunately one of the differences that you are gonna see sometimes between really high level players. Like even when you cheese, you do very easy quote unquote all-ins, like 4-gate and stuff. You are gonna see, like when you see Serral cheese, there are so many little decisions that you don't spot. It's insane. I can say that as a cheeser myself. When I watch a pro player cheese, it's another word.
This is almost. I almost feel that Chelch gave a lot of respect to Gemini, and he was gonna go in there with the idea like, okay, I cannot make a mistake. I cannot just run into the main base, because if I then get force fielded in, it's going to be very bad for me, so I don't want to lose my momentum. But yeah, Gemini couldn't possibly have any units there because the 4 stalkers were on the other side of the map. It's like if he would have just closed his eyes and right-clicked into the main base immediately, I think legitimately he just straight up wins.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's why I never gave any respect to anyone on ladder. Is this what you were getting at, no? Is it not what you were saying?
Sometimes it is indeed better to go in there with a lot of confidence and just assume that your opponent sucks.
Yeah, man, I completely agree. But no, actually, no, ironically, I genuinely think when you play ladder, you have to be courageous. If you're playing a 6K, you have to pretend that you can win. Like, you have to believe in yourself. Otherwise, it's actually so much harder. You have to go for gambles, you have to go for insane things. The game should be fun. Go for it, have fun, enjoy yourself. It's a 6K anyway. If you lose, you're gonna lose 2 points. If you win, it's glory.
Yeah. Go crazy, live a little, and believe in yourself.
Yeah, okay. Another PvP. I'm gonna say that in the top right corner, we have from team 1GG, also known as Egg, Gemini. I'm gonna shut it out early. I promised I was gonna shout out both of them eventually. I don't know if you want to shout them out at some point. I feel like I'm hogging all this attention.
You're the hero here, mate. I'm just the co-caster, and maybe I can give you a tip or two about PvP, but this is your show, Lorimbo.
Rotterdam, I know what tip you're gonna give me about PvP. Go Phoenixes into more Phoenixes.
No. I mean, every now and then there is maybe a moment where I think the Phoenix is good, but Phoenixes are not as great in PvP as they once upon a time were. But
no way! No shot, I just heard you say that Phoenixes are not good anymore, are not as good.
I wouldn't quite say they're not good anymore, but, you know, if I'm the only one who's building them at that level and everybody else is just going for different builds, that's probably a reason, right? I highly doubt that I'm smart and everybody else is stupid. They're just good for me, but I think for the pros there are better choices than spamming Phoenix.
Oh my god, Phoenix just lost their #1 fan.
No, I will for always be a fan. I mean, maybe on the maps with a ramp, but I don't know if you noticed, we have 9 maps, but only 2 of them actually have a ramp leading into the natural.
Yeah, some Protoss players were really happy about that. That's how you know. Apparently, ramp maps are really annoying because of 1 gate expand in PvP.
Yeah, they really are. Even I think they're annoying.
Gemini. Sorry to interrupt you. Proxy cancel for Gemini. That's high testosterone. Highest testosterone. If you also proxy the Shine, is super high testosterone.
He probably will, because he's opening up with 4 adepts. So going 4 adepts into Blink Stalker proxy doesn't make a lot of sense. And obviously adepts cost less gas. So most of the time when they go for proxy Twilight and they open up with adepts, they will go for TTs.
One base DT. That's the stuff that you see in PvP. PvP is actually such a fun matchup. Not ironically. Oh yes! The proxy DT Shine, the gold special, comes back in Grandmaster.
This is going to be hard for Chelch because with his opening, he's not going to have detection for quite some time. The man did not open up with a Robo, did not open up with a Stargate. Now, you could maybe say, wow, that's a late Stargate, by the way. So he is going to go for a Stargate. I don't know if he can get an Oracle out in time, and I truly hope that he goes Oracle first. This could be a very short game, my friend.
Yeah, I feel so too. The 4 adepts into 2 more. 6 adepts. That's an interesting choice to make. And there's also a sentry somewhere. No, that's Church sentry. So he does scout that Gemini is going for a very late expansion. So he should be prepared for something. I'm not sure if he thinks about this.
Yeah, like it can also be that you're worried about a Robo, right? And a War Prisoner that's going to drop adepts into your main base to be annoying. It is not 100% or obvious that this is DTs. The Oracles is something. The adepts will let the Shade finish up. And I'm going to battle a couple of Stalkers. This is very ambitious adept battling on the side of Gemini.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the Shade finishing up. Loses 2 adepts for free. The Oracle is going to be there absolutely in time for the first 2 DTs that are being warped.
You know, I feel like Gemini is getting robbed here a little because his build should have been sick because Chelsea is supposed to build a Twilight Council with this opening. But then instead of the Twilight Council, he went for the Stargate. Can drop a Revelation. Drop it then. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it. Okay, there we go.
Gemini tries to split but is not successful. Unfortunately. We'll get some probes. And
Sick
actually, the
start.
press count is almost equal. And Gemini does have a faster blink.
Yeah, exactly. It's a shame that he actually lost a couple of workers there. This should be better for Chelch than what it actually is. And now on top of that, going double Oracle this late, it's not going to do a whole lot for you when your opponent has an expand and is going to have blink stalkers as well.
Yeah.
Bit of a shame. I feel like he should be in a much better spot than what he actually is in.
Let's also not forget that these 3 adepts are still there and could potentially do a lot of damage later on. As one of the things about adepts, not ironically, there is so much potential. There is a player on the ladder called TC Ultimate. He
Yeah, I know
proxies
him.
the pylons everywhere and constantly non-stop against Zerg warps in couples of adept from every direction into every lines. Very untapped potential there. The 4 adepts are gonna be there, commit and try to kill workers. Too ambitious.
Yeah. I mean,
ambitious.
it would be hard maybe because by the time your opponent goes up to 3 bases and the Oracle starts roaming around, maybe Gemini thought they were going to be scouted and spotted anyway. In a straight up fight, they don't do a lot for you, but that was probably not the best way to get rid of them.
That's what you think, but you haven't seen. You don't know how Gemini plays PvP. Gemini is a huge fan of glaives in PvP. Did you know?
I did not know, but he's not the only one. Strange is as well.
Ooh, I did not know that. I've never played PvP against Strange, to be fair.
Yeah, Strange has some very gnarly just 2-base all-ins where he goes for Immortals, Blink Stalkers, then Glaives, stays on 2 bases forever, he's down 20 workers, but then he just attacks with a sick army that's actually really hard to defeat.
Yeah, that's what Gemini does too. Yeah, that's the build. With Sentries and Adepts and Blink, yeah.
It's a very good build. Now, because almost everybody spams Zealots, and Zealots just suck against high number of Resonating Glaive Adepts.
I remember being astounded. I saw Hero play Colossi in PvP. Triple Colossi.
I love it. Yeah, that's also because
it.
it's also because Hero is a very good player, but I think he's terrible in Disruptor Wars. So if you're just absolutely terrible in Disruptor Wars, you may as well make every other unit besides Disruptors. And Colossus can be good against Archons, can be very good against Zealots, and in high enough numbers, if they're well protected, can even be decent against Immortals.
Ooh, Gemini spots the Observer and snipes it. Still has that proxy gate, so this pressure will be reinforced fairly quickly. This is kind of sketchy for Church.
Yeah,
Let's
it's
see
gonna
the
be hard.
micro.
It's going to be hard. He loses that Oracle as well. If you just blink back towards your batteries, you might have a chance. But if we're going to fight away from a battery, then I don't think we can make up for the 4 or 5 Stalker deficit that he's currently working with. Don't hate the force fields. It's going to just buy him some time. And he does have 6 gateways. So every second that goes by, that's an ambitious forward blink, by the way, by Gemini. But he gets away with it.
Yeah, Gemini actually, I was about to mention there is no more Observer. The Observer got sniped and Gemini immediately capitalized that by warping 3 DTs. There is one more Observer coming, so the 3 DTs will not do as much as they could have.
Yep, here, blink, no! Oh my god, he goes away from them. Yeah, that's so sad. The stasis trap is big, but I think the Dark Templars are really going to hurt. He's going to lose a lot of probes in the main base and in the natural. Oh, what a shame that he missed that.
Yeah, that was actually very good thinking by Gemini, realizing that there were no more observers on the map and immediately going for the DT warping. Let's see if those stalkers will be able to escape.
Yeah, most of them are. Only ends up losing one of them. Great move by Gemini, but also unfortunate, because if Chelsea would have just turned around for literally half a second, he could have killed all 3 without losing anything, and he would have been in an amazing spot, because that's expensive. 3 DTs in a 9-minute game like that is very expensive.
Yeah, absolutely. Gemini is gonna go for that charge follow-up, and so is Church, who's also taking a 4th base, maybe trying to get back into the game.
Gemini is still finding damage. By the way, is it on purpose that you guys always host without game heart?
You have to ask the Gemini for that. Now you're asking me, you're asking this poor Italian co-caster way too much Rotterdam.
I am the co-caster, what do you mean?
No, mate, there is no cast in which you are the co-caster. You are the star.
No, I'm the co-caster today. I'm just a guest.
It's because of the color thing, I know. I was eventually gonna get game art hardened too. Nice username is bad. Okay, apparently something about the team colors and modding. Gemini is really peculiar about the team colors. He wants them to be perfect. He gets really angry if he doesn't have the correct colors.
All right, so Chelsea's going to try to go to 4 bases. Can he hold here? The man does not have any zealots. What he does have is a battery and a cannon. And that
No
can honestly
shot,
go a
yo.
long way. And even if you don't have charge, like slow zealots against fast zealots, if they're battling, it doesn't really make too much of a difference. We need an overcharge, but great blink by Gemini, mate. Gets on top of that battery immediately. And
that
I'm afraid that
Immortal's
this is
also
going to be
ham,
the
man.
end.
Yeah, it's starting to look like the twilight of the games, as Tasteless would say. It's the beginning of the end. More charges swarming from Church, and he might actually be holding this. That Immortal is doing a lot of damage, but so are the Stalkers. Good big Mago from both players. More Zealots coming in, and I think Church just barely doesn't hold. Good
I love your positivity there. Like 9 Stalker, you're like, is he holding this? I'm like, well, with that
You have to
Immortal
do
and
the
10 more
custom
zealots
thing, yeah.
showing up, I'm afraid not, Lorimbo. But yeah, very good job there by Gemini to get on top of the battery immediately. Because if he ignores the battery, then there is a chance that Chelch will be able to hold and maybe even buy enough time for +2 and whatnot. But overall, well played. A little bit unlucky for Chelch that he didn't get on top of those 3 DTs. Because I think if he would have killed those a little bit quicker, he was actually in a perfectly fine spot.
Yeah, but those DTs really, I thought both the first DTs and the follow-up did way more damage than they ever should. That's so unfortunate.
Yeah.
Like, just barely missing them.
Yep, not once but twice they did a little bit more than they were supposed to. So that means that we're all tied up though in this playoff clan war. Both teams
Yeah.
having 1 win. I mean, that's kind of perfect.
We have had a lot of ace matches in this tournament. The teams are incredibly well balanced. We actually had, thanks to insane stroke of luck, all of the teams are very well balanced and they match each other perfectly. So we have a lot of ace matches and really close series. Anyway, I think this is gonna be my cue. It's been a pleasure casting with you boys. I'm gonna go back when Rotterdam leaves, which I don't know when it's gonna be. I'm gonna get recalled later. Thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure to cast with you.
Thank you, Lorimbo. You know I love you. I love your energy. I love your enthusiasm. It was a lot of fun. We can do it again. Maybe next season I can have my own team too, though.
Ho-ho.
Oh, you're certainly invited to do so if you want.
Absolutely. I want my own team. I want a battle.
That'd be actually
Anyway,
so sick.
bye-bye, guys.
Thank you, Lorimbo. Oh, he just pieces out. Okay. All right. Yeah, so I'm going to go to the desk for a little bit, and then I'll come back and we can cast the next one for however long until you are able to go. So I'll be back in a second. Sorry to abandon you, but I'll be back soon.
No worries. Go ahead and enjoy your desk segment.
All right. I'll be back in a second. As we have
Hello.
Spazy and Ardent on the other side.
Hi.
Hello. What'd you
Okay.
think of
Yeah,
my
it was
amazing dumpster play?
Cool series from Gemini with a very intense and interesting prep. I can see. By the way, I assume during game 1 when you did like the very when you did the proxy Stargate, but you placed it all the way across the map, it was to give Charles more time to contemplate his life choices before the oracles kill him. Was that the reason?
No, yes, because literally, yes. The whole thing about this, what I prepped for this series was, the first series I played versus Chelch, I just played totally macro. I just played just kind of straight up and just the normal. Well, I say straight up. When the first game I did the monkey build with the blink immortal and then eventually glaive all in thing, but that was still a normal opener, right? So I didn't proxy or anything. So I was like, I'm just gonna proxy 2 games now in the most monkey way I can think of, to make Chelch think as hard as possible. And so I remember I watched one game on his stream where he was trying to play against a proxy pylon that he couldn't find, and he was like, oh my god, is it oracles? No, it can't be oracles. And he's like getting so crazy, and then the oracle randomly shows up and he has nothing to defend against. He's like, oh my god, it is oracles, in his crazy British accent or whatever. He was so fucking mad. So I was like, all right, I'm just gonna hide a Stargate and make 2 oracles and wait for forever to then go in, because then hopefully then he doesn't prepare for it. It was kind of funny that he was also going for his own total meme of the fake Sentry Stalker expand into a 4-gate, which I actually respect. That's actually a pretty, I'm actually surprised that he went for that, and actually very good on him, because I always assume he's just going to go Sentry Stalker expand. So that was kind of funny. And then the second game, I also was just like, let me just proxy again in another completely awkward way. And I just threw out the super old 2017 Zest 6 6 adept proxy DT build. So yeah, I don't know. That was kind of my whole thought process.
Insane.
But
I
yeah,
mean,
go ahead.
on one side we have the most handsome, exquisite, gorgeous, attractive, charming man in the world. On the other side we have a Brit. Was it really a question who was going to win this?
Holy shit.
Let's take it like that.
Yeah,
Nah,
that
I
was-
knew my prediction was correct. There was no way the great Gemini was going to lose this one. Please
I
hire
love-
me again for
It
the
was-
next endless.
I just love how much gas Spacey throws my way. It's honestly so great. I literally just need you on the desk every single week because this is just, I love this.
It was pretty clutch because like Chelch, like a typical bad guy, went for the 4 gates.
Yeah, exactly.
It was actually Spetsy and I were pretty sure you were gonna die, but somehow managed to clutch the win. That was pretty epic.
Oh, I also thought
And
I
the
was
game
totally
two,
dead.
I was ready to
Yeah,
leave. You were dead.
Yeah, I was
And
like so
game two,
shocked when those things appeared in my NAT. I was like, what the fuck is that? Because I thought he had he knew that I was proxying with the missing pylon. So when I got to his NAT and I see nothing there, I'm like, oh, he's just like super respecting that I'm maybe proxy roboing or something like that. And so he just like abandoned the NAT and is sitting in his main and was like, okay, well, I'm just gonna go home because I have a Nexus, haha, and I'm gonna have 2 Oracles, haha. And then there's 4 or 6 stalkers in my NAT. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, how is this happening? I was so confused.
Also, you had the world's biggest supply block the moment you walked into your main.
Oh,
And
did
you
he?
couldn't warp in a century. No, you had.
Oh, I did.
Yeah, you had 39 out of 39.
Yeah,
as
you're
he was
right.
walking
Yes,
up
that
the
is
ramp.
correct. That is true.
I have
Yeah.
no idea how you didn't just die right there, but
I mean, it was all because of I did the gateway wall off, and so he couldn't
Yeah.
like get past quite fast enough, so I was able to eventually get some stuff. So I don't know. Yeah, that was a clown fiesta. Anyways,
All right,
Yeah,
so
and game
Yeah.
On to
two,
the
where
next
you tied the ops and had another round of DTs, finished the games. That was
Oh, yeah.
pretty clutch as well.
thank you. I was a little upset that ROTTI called that forward blink ambitious, which it was, but I think he didn't. I don't know if he noticed that I killed the last observer with that after I already killed the first one 2 seconds earlier as
Yeah,
well.
we saw how you targeted it.
Thank you, Ardent. I'm glad that you were able to pick up on those things. But yeah, I think it was also very unlucky for Chelich. I think the DTs definitely did do way more than they should have. I think both times it was totally within his grasp to shut them down. So that was a bit unfortunate for him. As much as I did take the 2-0, I think I did get a bit lucky in this series. let's be real. But that's kind of how PvP goes. Anyways,
clean 2-0 sweep. Yep,
yeah,
the next
true.
one.
The next
we got
match, yeah, Frogos
the
versus the
biggest
Bull Mjolnir.
cheeser I've seen in this
Oh, wait, sorry.
tournament against.
Sorry, wait. It's Go Puncher, Your Bro Chris. Sorry, I told
it
them they're
is?
gonna play live. Sorry, I
alright,
pinged
alright.
them to go live right now.
I mean,
so-
that's gonna be a YBC 2-0. There you go.
Yeah,
Town OP.
I think.
Process kind of trash, and yeah, that's it.
fair enough. Ardent, your thoughts on this?
Yeah, well, there's like 500 MMR difference between the two of them. It's on the new patch. One of them is the Terran. I mean, if your Brokrise does not win, I'm gonna assume he's sick or something.
Whoa.
Even if your bro Chris was 1,000 MMR below the process, he would probably 2-0. So the race is just kind of busted at the moment.
Yeah, that
That's
is
my take.
just that is entirely correct. I would agree with you on that. Anyways, I will be back with you guys a little
Yep.
bit, so we can get this going. I will see you in just a few. As I once again join the other caster, who is not Lervimbo this time. It is going to be, of course, Rotterdam yet again. Hello, Mr. Roddy.
Hello, matey.
How have you been enjoying the amazing games of the All Things Protoss Team League so far?
I think it's been good so far. I enjoyed the DJ games. I thought he played well, even though you had to go up against Eva. It's obviously very difficult. And it's always fun to watch you play, mate. I mean, I've seen you a couple times on the ladder, and I kind of thought that I remember a long time ago, you were obviously pretty good, but then I thought that you slacked off a little bit. But I was pretty impressed the last time I watched you stream. I was like, Gemini, I still got it, baby.
Thank you. Wow, such praise from Roddy. I'm getting so much gas today from my desk, from my casters. Jesus Christ. The Rainbow never treats me this good, okay? I need some fucking new blood on these goddamn caster right now. This is insane. Oh, Lorimbo's still in this party. What the hell? Get him out of here. Move party. There we go.
So what's the MMR of the upcoming match? Around 4-2 or something like that, right?
Yeah, something about that. It's between like 4K and 4.4 or so. this is the pool 3 match because these guys are going to play live. I was just going to get these guys out of the way, and then the other ones are all replays, so that will make it a little bit easier schedule-wise. But so we're skipping the pool 2 match for right now, which would have been Bill Mjolja, which I just realized after the fact is sad because it would have been cool for you to cast Bull because I know he's very active in your stream and all that. But I feel like this will also be a good one.
Yeah, no, I know these guys a little bit. I casted your bro Chris once in a community match against somebody else from my channel, and I remember that he won. Goat Puncher, I know a little bit by name, but I don't know too much about him.
Yeah, he's the one of the StarCraft mods, our StarCraft. So he's a very you know, say what you will about mods, but he is one of them. He's a pretty he's super cool though. He's like very chill, really active in our community over here, always responding and reacting with laughs to everything that everyone posts. It's a running meme that he always reacts with the Trapo Megalol emote to literally everything.
I guess then that means that he hates Widow Mines, right? If he's a mod on the StarCraft Reddit.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, every Protoss player hates Widow Mines, is it? Is that not obvious?
To some degree, I don't know, man. I feel like I've lost way more games just against the guy with the gun than the Widow Mine, but okay.
The man with gun is difficult. I agree, but I also know that you were watching actually one time when your bro Chris was playing against a certain Magnath as well. Yes. And do you know like the story behind Magnath in this league and playing against your bro Chris, or did you only like were tuning in right as that amazing moment happened with the disruption?
I think he said that he would be way higher, but then in the end he settled for 1 pool lower because he was going to win every single game, something along those lines, or
it was. Literally what happened was when the pool thresholds were released, he was like 13 MMR below being in pool 2, and he reacted immediately with just like no, what do you mean I'm not pool 3, like what, no, if I can just play like one more game I can get the pool 2 MMR, please. He's like begging me or whatever, and I'm just like no, you are pool 3, like as a joke. And so then it became a running meme to anytime Magnath does anything wrong, it's just you are pool 3.
and he's been struggling a little bit in pool 3.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, well, yeah, he's actually doing not bad. His win rate is pretty good, but he did lose to your bro Chris, going for a proxy marauder when he literally typed out in chat as the SCV was crossing the map saying you're going proxy marauder, and then he lost to it.
I gotta defend Magnet there a little bit though, mate, because I have also known that proxy marauders were coming in the past, and I've still managed to lose. Like, sure, if you want to defend on one base, it's easy, but if you're trying to defend your natural, I think you can always lose against it.
Yeah, I agree. It is a busted build. Let's be real. This game though, Go Puncher actually went across and actually tried to scout for the proxy, but barely missed it. He was like going in the right spot, but just barely didn't go quite far enough. So that's a bit unfortunate. But yeah, Yorbo Chris is definitely a total cheeser. He proxies almost every game. Oh, is it not a proxy marauder?
No, it's not a proxy marauder because he took 2 gases very quickly, but he is gonna get the factory up there as well. So it could turn, oh my god, this could turn into a very gnarly cyclone cheese. There is actually one cheese where you can go double factory on one base, and then one factory has a reactor and the other one is just normal. And you can show up with a couple of cyclones real quick. I think that's what Kalazur tried to do against Raynor, but I can also see that build being pretty decent against Protoss.
Yeah, it's something that can be super deadly. I mean, hey, Go Puncher actually did scout this. Does he realize that he scouted it? He's gonna scout it again, so surely.
Hey mate, he can actually block the reactor. He could block the reactor. If the reactor is not going to be used, go, mate! No, you could have built a pylon there. That would have been so sick. Oh, I'm sad now, mate.
Wait, actually, this is actually kind of interesting as well, because the rescout probe actually went back and didn't see the factory again because it was lifted. So now on the mini-map, it's not showing. Oh, did he see it the first time? I mean,
I don't think I've ever seen that interaction, mate, where you scout a factory, but maybe you didn't see it, and then the second time you see it, it's actually in the air, and now it's gone. I don't think I've ever seen that in my entire life.
Yeah, that is such an unfortunate situation, because I think Go Puncher, obviously he knows something's happening, because he sees nothing in the main base, so he's made a battery and whatnot, but I definitely don't think he saw what was on the left, because he only has a single battery, he's got 1 gate and a robo in production. The Cyclones are here. Is this going to be enough, ROTTI?
Well, maybe get a backup battery, right? Because you can't just rely on a single battery forever and an overcharge. I really like the call of a second battery, but it's going to be hard. I also think right now you need to kind of get in range. You need to get a couple shots off on these Cyclones. Because every single volley you can get off with your Stalkers is going to hurt. I think waiting for the Immortal is not going to be enough. You need to be microing here. You need to be shooting. I think he's in trouble, mate.
Yeah, this is unfortunately a weakness to Go Puncher in a lot of his games he's played. He is very weak to early cheese. He does panic just a little bit. Oh my god, the Cyclones are absolutely insane. The overcharge was just barely late. The second battery also not finished, even with the overcharge. Oh my god, 4 Cyclones just absolutely ripping these Stalkers apart. Oh, this is brutal.
Yeah, I think it's game over. I think that Stalker is going to die as well. I mean, the Immortal is halfway through. Maybe we can get a sick probes around. That would be something, but I'm afraid that the damage has already been dealt. I think as soon as he realized what was up, you need to have some activity with your Stalkers. You need to be running back and forth and try to get as many shots off as possible. Unfortunately, I think now the Cyclone count is crazy freaking high. But hey, maybe Big Daddy Immortal can save the day.
Yeah, Immortals do pack a punch against these Cyclones. Their health is generally lower in the... Oh, but if you get locked on by every single one of them like that, that's not going to do it. And doesn't even get to the high ground either. Oh, man, there's so many low health ones here, too. Unfortunate for... Oh, but... yeah, an accidental pause there by Go Puncher as he leaves the game. But awkward, but it's okay.
It's so sad. Yeah, it's so sad because I really don't think he saw it the very first time.
Yeah.
And then with the rescout, the fact he was actually gone. He could have single-handedly almost won this game if that probe would have been waiting there for the swapperoo. And if the buildings go in the air and you send your probe underneath it and you build a pylon next to that reactor, I think it could have been all sick. And even when he saw it towards the end, I think there was a chance. The second battery was a good call. It's just after the first interaction, he needed to run forward all the time and get as many shots off as possible and then micro back as far as possible. But if you just stand there, yeah, you're going to die against the new Cyclone.
Yeah, it's a bit rough. I mean, I think it was definitely unlucky with the scouting as well. Like you said, it's not an interaction you see very often where you see it the first time and you don't see it the next. It just disappears off the minimap. It's like a literal magic trick. That was so interesting. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Chris also has some other type of trickery up his sleeve for this next game as well. Like I was trying to say a little bit before, Go Puncher's early game defenses are not always the most clean. So it's definitely something that is abusable by Chris, and he knows it.
Oh, well, let's hope we get a little more StarCraft here in Game 2, though. That's not something I wish upon my worst enemy. I feel like every Protoss out there has already died to these builds a couple of times ever since the new patch went live, and it's all very rough, especially because it just snowballs so freaking quickly. It's not that it's all necessarily imbalanced or you're like, oh, there's no way to stop it. But if you do one or two things wrong, you don't just lose, but you lose in the most painful one-sided manner ever, where you just don't kill a unit.
Yeah. Well, actually, that's a good point. I didn't notice. Was that a perfect game last game? Did you see any units die?
Maybe a Reaper or an SCV. I think maybe the SCV that was leading the charge up the ramp.
Maybe. It would have been interesting if it was actually a perfect game. Me and Larimbo had a bet one game in one of the lower pool matches that someone would play a perfect game. That would obviously be ridiculous, and it didn't happen. And so since that didn't happen, we continued to make bets on everything else that happened in the match, and like with actual like $5 on each thing, whatever. And eventually, one of the things was, would the player disruptor or storm his own army? And literally within the first 2 disruptor shots, that was accomplished. So betting on the lower pool matches is a very fun time every now and then.
I'm also not totally certain about this proxy, by the way, because it's still super far away from the main base of the Goat Puncher. And it's like, okay, if you just want to scare your opponent, if you just want to make it very hard for them to figure it out, then sure. But if Goat Puncher just goes for 1 gauge fast expand and plays a normal game, he should be completely fine against this stuff.
This is kind of funny because it's like so far, like you said, that it's almost as if it's like a different main base. If this was like a small 4-player map, that's like essentially where this barracks would be. So yeah, I think the thing here though is that Chris just wants to get Go Puncher as scared as possible, because he does obviously panic. He has some general ideas of what he should be doing. He follows like the response correctly of, you know, getting some batteries, getting some stalkers, just getting some extra production, but he does bungle the micro a little bit as well once the units actually get in range. And it's actually gonna be oh no, it's Proxy Reaper and a factory yet again here for Chris.
Yeah, Probe is heading in the right direction, and no, it's no longer heading in the right direction. That's sad. I thought it was going to go towards the bottom left. It is a little bit different than last game, though, because last game we didn't have Reaper into Reactor. It was just
Correct.
Reactor first, and I think he made the Reaper a little bit later.
Yeah, that's what I was curious about. I was wondering if he was actually going to go for a proxy multi-barracks Reaper, but just going for the one maybe to throw Go Puncher off to be like, hey, it's just a single proxy racks with a proxy Reaper. I'm not going to continue making any factories across the map or anything. I wouldn't do that twice in a row. Surely not. But he actually is. He's doing exactly that. Oh, wait, is he?
Yeah, but it's still very different. It could also be Marine Tank Push.
Yeah, the tech lab is... Yeah, actually it is. You're right. All right, never mind. He is doing something that's not Cyclones.
No, but it's still going to be gnarly, dirty,
Yeah.
and it's going to hit very hard and early. I'm definitely a little bit concerned. Like, the Robo, in theory, is a good response, but I don't know how you feel about it. I actually really hate having Robo against these kind of builds, because then it's all about your Immortal. It needs to be able to be in a perfect spot, and it needs to gun down the tank. But if you have one bad engagement against the tanks, and then the tanks just siege up, and then the Liberator shows up as well, I don't know. I think like multiple gateway units, or even trying to buy time for one of your Twilight upgrades or Stargate. Honestly, I prefer everything over the Robo, even though a lot of the pros would tell you that Robo is the best possible response here.
Yeah, I kind of feel what you're saying, because I've had those situations where I go Robo and I feel like I should just be able to roll over the push, and then it just suddenly doesn't do anything close to what I thought was going to happen, and then I'm like losing, like what the hell is happening? Especially since I play on Korea as well. Everyone on Korea loves their cloak mine drops. So I've just been so conditioned to never go for Stargate against that ever. So yeah, I'm definitely a Robo enjoyer versus these types of openings. But it is, like you said, it can get a little tricky because, yeah, if the Immortal does die, then you are in a world of hurt. I do like to get a Prism eventually after 1 or 2, so that way you can maybe do some flanks with the Immortals and stuff too, to also keep them alive if they start to get killed or it's hit a little bit. But I'm not quite sure if Go Puncher is going to do that.
If it's just Marines and there will not ever be a bunker and there is no Liberated, then I'm like, yeah, okay, the Immortal is always going to be sick. I think you need to fight here, by the way, Goat Puncher. I really do think you need to fight here, mate. Now your Immortal could be in range. Maybe he's waiting for Immortal number 2. But now the Liberator starts showing up. And this is where your Robo defense becomes so much more difficult. I think he missed his window, Gemini.
Yeah, I think he definitely needed to pounce on that tank, especially when it unsieged and tried to reposition itself. I mean, without the Liberator there, you have free reign to jump on top of everything with the Stalkers as well. And, I mean, Go Puncher, I think, just panics too hard and is like, oh, crap, well, the things are attacking me. I can't go in now. It's like, oh, shit, what am I going to even do at this point? And now he's forced to even go all the way up into his main, which, sure, he's not going to die just now by suiciding all his units, but he's probably going to die in about 1 more minute.
I understand maybe the thought process of like, oh, I almost have a second Immortal. I should wait for the second Immortal, but I actually think the Terran army becomes so much better with the second tank and the Liberator showing up. That was a sweet moment. That's one little opportunity you sometimes have to have an overcharge ready, have an overcharge participate in the fight. Could have made all the difference. I think right now there is just no way. I do think he will die, and even if he doesn't die, like obviously it's never good to be one base against one base either with just Robo and gateway units, but I just don't see how he ever gets a good fight here.
Yeah, I mean, especially without making the Prism third here as well. It doesn't allow you to get these... Oh, he just continued to tank shots as well. This is so unfortunate. But getting... This is why I like to get the Prism as well, because then if you do get stuck in an awkward spot, you can shuttle the Immortals out and get a little flank off, perhaps, and then that could help you break out. The Probes is going to be the choice here to get this position... get the siege out of here from this position, and it sort of does that just a little bit, but it's the cost of 16 probes, and now he doesn't still have anything to be able to deal with. The Immortal is even walking forward. That's going to be that. Robo Chris with a 2-0.
Absolutely disgusting play, if I may add. I cannot believe this is what you bring out, but you know you've got a gas caster coming along for the ride who's just leaning back and wants to see some fun, close, competitive StarCraft. Disgusting behavior by YBC.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, That's kind of why we brought Chris on here a little bit. We knew that if he was a Protoss player off racing Terran, then he was surely going to be throwing out some of the most garbage shit that you've ever seen. So, yeah. It was not great for Go Puncher. Unfortunately, this is kind of a repeat of what happened in their last matchup when we played against this team in the regular season. So, yeah, not the greatest for GP. A bit unlucky. I think the thing that we can take away for him to maybe improve on for the future is to get a bit stronger killer instinct on some of the early pushes once they first start to siege up. Because at that point, that's when you have the most possibility to stop it before it happens, I think.
He actually had a really good setup with the second battery, and I didn't mind that he was initially patient, but when that first tank on siege and it moved closer, if he just right-clicks forward, it doesn't even matter how bad the target fire is there. Even if the Immortal is shooting at the Marines instead of the tank, he would have won that fight with the batteries in the back, especially if he drops an overcharge as well. But by waiting, it just got so much worse. There really was a moment, which is funny, right? Because now it looked like the most one-sided victory ever for your bro, Chris. But I actually think if you resume that from replay and he just moves forward with the 3 gateway units and the 1 Immortal, takes that fight, then he completely destroys that push and he's absolutely cooking on 2 bases versus 1 base. So, real shame.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Anyways, I don't know. Do you have? Is this the time that you have spent, or do you want to maybe like watch one game of the next series, or do you?
I think that's a great idea. I'd love to see one game of Bully versus Frogos. I do believe that Frogos is pretty good. He defeated Cass recently, so I guess then Frogos is a minor favorite. But I want to watch my man Bully, so I'll let you guys do your desk thing. I'll stick around for at least one more game.
Awesome, glad to hear it. All right, I'll be back in just a minute. As we are back with our desk. Spazy, Ardent, hello, welcome back.
Good morning.
Hi.
Good morning.
I would like to mention, if this was the group stage, your team would now have won. So that's
also true. Very good point. Yes, this was this is the playoffs, so it is a much longer series. Every single pool is playing, so we have a best of 11 instead of a best of 7. Yes, yeah. I can remember what the best ofs were from last time. Anyways, but yeah, domination really from your bro Chris.
Yeah,
yet again.
I won. Disqualified after that. Your bro Chris.
Yeah.
There's no way a Protoss, a Terran should do this and be in the tournament. Like, what a busted race.
Yeah, I mean, he wins us the match,
four Cyclone against the overcharged shield battery, and you don't even notice it.
Yeah, that actually blew me away. I haven't really seen that interaction because no one that I've played against on ladder is doing the Cyclone cheeses yet for some reason. So seeing that was just actually insane.
Look, first he goes cloaked buildings, which is just incredibly busted, into 4 Cyclones out damaging a shield battery. I mean, can we just get this race out of the game? This is insane.
Oh my god. So good. Anyways, yeah. Ardent, I don't know if you had anything else you wanted to add to that, but...
Well, I mean, as I was telling Spatsy, in times of war, even good people have to do bad things, and this is what we just saw. It was a necessary evil for the good guys to eventually win, and we should not judge your bro Christ on this performance too much.
Sorry, I was typing in the chat to my team, and I didn't hear anything you said. Could you say that again?
I said good people have to do bad things in times of war. And,
yes. Good.
It's reasonable.
Excellent. Yes, that is 100% true.
Christ.
Your bro Christ. That's so funny. All right, anyways, the next match that we're going to do is Frogos versus Bull Mielja, the Pool 2 match, as we are going back in time. So, what do you expect for this, Spazy?
Well, since Lorimbo isn't in the tournament, this means Frogos is the biggest cheese on the entire tournament. And he's playing against the only Protoss I've ever seen cope against the Zerg. So, we got the tournament's biggest cheeser against the tournament's biggest Protoss coper. And I think we're going to see just Frogos hitting his face into Bull's wall for 20 minutes.
Nice.
And then Bull is going to win. I kind of want Bull to win 2-0 because I want the bad guys to lose.
I also want that to happen because then that means my team wins. But not
and
only
also
are
proves the tournament is rigged. So.
yeah, true, script according to plan. The other thing that it is, it's not only the biggest coper, but it's also the biggest defensive player by default in the whole league as well, who will just literally blind counter and just, if he knows that you do something aggressive, will just purposely fuck over his own build to all possible means just to make sure he doesn't die to early aggressions. So, yeah, that's also something that Frogos has to keep in mind. Ardent, what do you expect for this match?
Well, in terms of the results up until now, Bulgogi Man and Frogos have pretty similar results, like they're 5th and 7th of the respective leagues. Honestly, I expect like a 1-1. I don't expect any of those players to 2-0 and really surprise the opponents, so 1-1 seems reasonable.
Fair enough. Sounds good to me, except for the fact that I would rather it be a 2-0, so I agree with Spacey more. Anyways,
there you go.
I'll be back with you guys in a little bit after the series. Yeah, have fun watching. Bye-bye.
Good luck.
As I'm back here with Mr. Rotterdam. Hello. Is he here, is the question, actually. That is... Oh, okay, he's not here. Excellent. Now I have to pop over to his stream, and I'm curious now if I'm just talking to his stream, which would be also very funny. Would be also... Oh, I am. Okay, nice. I'll go back to the desk, actually, real quick. Bye-bye, other stream. I'm back over here because Rotterdam's AFK, and I don't feel like talking to all of his stream while he is...
Alright, let me ask you real quick then. What happens if Bull wins 2-0 and the last game isn't needed? Do we still watch it?
Yeah, we still play everything anyway.
Alright, perfect.
Just because that's how it is.
Yeah, because
man,
I don't want to get
back.
robbed the chance of seeing Toto. Alright, goodbye.
Yeah. Alright, bye-bye.
It's okay.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
Hello, I joined just a couple seconds ago and you weren't there.
Yeah,
and
I
realized.
I saw the scene switch and I was like, oh, okay, maybe they need to, but I didn't see anything happening on Battle.net.
I think it timed out.
All right, I'm ready, mate.
I didn't want to just talk to your stream alone for the break time there. I was caught off guard.
No worries, amigo. I'm here.
Anyways. So yeah, we will be able to see your man Bull Milja playing here against Frogos in this match. What do you expect out of him? Do you see many of his games often? Do you know how he plays and all that?
Not often, but I've actually seen a decent amount of games, and I remember a best of 5 between Bully and Jesu, where I was so impressed by both of them, to be honest, because you know the MMR back then going into it was like 4-8, 4-9. And it legitimately looked like very action-packed, high-level StarCraft. That was one of these series where if I would have hit the name tags, people would have guessed that the players were way better than what they actually were. That was a really cool best of 5, so I'm kind of excited. Especially because I don't know much about Frogos, but I do know that he defeated Cass in the European Pro Tour Weekly, so that's obviously a big win. I think we're going to see a proper PvT between these two, and I think Bully will bring it home.
Nice. Just for your information, Frogos is a proxy Reaper man. He absolutely loves his proxy Reapers in TVT especially, so I'm pretty sure the way that Cass lost that was to 3 proxied barracks on the map and a lot of Reapers.
There's a couple of those nerds on the European ladder, and I'm not afraid to admit that I also lose occasionally against proxy Reaper.
Yeah, I've had it every now and then as well. There's a guy called Universe on Korea who has it in his back pocket that I've lost to him a couple times there, so... That is another one of those builds that really feels awful to lose against, by the way, because it really doesn't feel like it ever should work against Protoss, but sometimes it does, and I'm just like, oh, this is the worst.
Man, some of these guys are getting really good with their Reapers as well, and with their grenades, where even if you have a shield battery in your natural and in your main, if the main shield battery is in an awkward spot, you actually can't really get that much value out of it because you want to move away from it to battle the Reapers, and if then a bad grenade lands, then it can snowball really quickly. I think the Cyclone is worse to lose against, but yeah, that stuff is also... You know where it's going wrong, but it can still go wrong, and it can definitely get the best of you.
Yeah, I never enjoy seeing that, but it could also just completely snowball the other way sometimes too, so those always feel really good. Frogos is not going to do any proxy this time, though. He is going to play just a normal expand opener here. I'm actually slightly surprised about this. I would have expected him to do some sort of proxy, even if it was... Not to the full extent that we saw the disgustingness of Yorbo Chris last series, but I honestly wouldn't have been surprised if he did like a single proxy Rax Reaper into just something back at home, or just something to throw Bull off a little bit. But for now, it's just going to be a super straight up game for him.
Bully is actually opening up with the Zealot. I don't know if that's really necessary against a Barracks at home, but I guess he wants to go some sort of Zealot, adapt to his Zealot Stalker pressure. But I feel like that was not all that great in the previous patch and should honestly be a whole lot worse in this one. So I don't really know why we went for the Zealot.
Yeah, that is definitely strange. I don't know if he maybe misread the Barracks timing at home and maybe thought it was like late and maybe there was a second one on the map somewhere or something. So he was like afraid of a Proxy Reaper because, yeah, I don't know. That is strange. He chrono boosted it as well, so it wasn't just like he made it to stop an eBay block or something and just forgot to cancel it. So, yeah, I don't know, strange.
I wasn't paying attention. Maybe he went Nexus before Cybernang score, and then he feels that the first gateway unit would be a bit too late, so then it's easier to build the Zealot to at least have something to make life a little bit harder on the Reaper.
Perhaps. Who knows? But regardless, he's going to go into Blink. Bull is a very wonderful fan of just going as defensive as possible when he knows his opponent is going to go for some sort of aggression. This has been his kind of trademark in all of these Team League matches that he's been playing, where he's been playing against a lot of cheesers, and he will just completely butcher his own build to make sure that it's just the most safe and defensive thing possible ever. And so then he eventually wins in a macro game, so I wouldn't be surprised if he takes that approach here as well, expecting Frogos to maybe do some kind of 2-base attack off of a 1-1-1 or something.
Yeah, no, the game that I saw, or the best of 5 that I saw between him and Jesu a while ago, it was a lot of 4-base, 5-base Protoss, and actually very good with Storm as well. We have the Reaper and the Hellion going for a bit of an adventure, but Bully obviously has a very strong defensive setup. And even though he's going 1-gate Firelight and a Robo, he still has a decent amount of units, so more than enough firepower. Takes the 3rd gas pretty early for being a 1-gate player.
Yeah, it's interesting. I wonder if he just wants the early gas to get some kind of eventual fast transition into Colossus or Templar or something like that, or if he just, I don't know, maybe he's autopiloting a little bit, just getting it, I'm not quite sure, but he will get 2 extra gateways to round this out to a 3-gate Robo situation here. He did get a scout off with that Zealot as well. Just, oops, I hit back by accident instead of V. Classic. Anyways, he did get a scout off to see that there was a Stargate, Starport and Factory, so he knows that it's a 1-1-1, not a 3-Rax or anything like that, so he can definitely plan accordingly, knowing pretty much what is going to be coming at him soon.
Yeah. I think it's funny how he's building all his pylons right next to his Nexus. I would really struggle here eventually. I don't recommend this because there's nothing that triggers me more than when I want to build 2 gateways or 2 forges and I just have no spot to build them. I know he's got a little bit of room here on the right side, but I'd say eventually just get 1 pylon somewhere in your main, you know, make your life a little bit easier. Well, we don't mind drop.
Great response. Perfect split, actually.
Blink,
literally.
blink, blink.
Yeah. Nice.
Pretty big, man.
That was about as solid as you could ever hope from Bulmoja. The only thing better would be to somehow make that that one probe not die, but that is asking quite a bit. So, yeah. Literal perfect defense here.
Or maybe keep the probes a tiny bit close to your Nexus, because he did lose a lot of mining time there, which is
yes, of course,
somewhat of a big deal. But it was still pretty good. I mean, we get, especially because we got the kill. Like, if you only lose 1 probe and then the Medevac is still alive and the Widowmine is still alive, you know it's going to keep on happening, and that's obviously very frustrating. We've got the Raven Interference Matrix on the production tab on the side of Frogos, but I kind of feel that Bully's got more than enough time to get ready for this. Maybe a few more gateways, or yeah, I'd kind of like 3 more gates right about now. I really think that would be all right.
Yeah, I agree. I think he's got a decent setup coming with Charge almost done as well. What do you think about the actual upgrade as well, the change? Do you think that is actually impacting the early tank Raven pushes that have been coming out of Terrans? Is it like delaying the push at all, or do you feel like it's not really doing that much?
I haven't seen too many games yet, but I kind of feel like a lot of the Raven pushes played out in very similar ways that they did in the past. But I think it is kind of nice, though, because now at least they do need to think about it, right? It is an investment, and they can't just have a Raven dropping all the turrets, but then also showing up and disabling your Colossus and winning the game. So I think I like it, because I do feel that the Raven was a bit too good in the previous patch.
It's funny you say that, because one of the examples of Yerbo Chris playing in one of the other matches earlier last week or the other week is that he was in a TVT at like 15 minutes and went to go interference matrix all of the tanks of his opponent, and he didn't remember that there was an upgrade for it. And so he just like got stuck there doing nothing with his Ravens, and he lost them. And he was just like, I think he typed in chat even, he's like, oh my god, there's an upgrade or something. So it does require Terrans to think a little bit as well. You're right. It's a good point.
We went up to 5 Rexes on the side of Frogo, so he's not displaying like the 3 Rex, and we're going to move out and drop a 3rd CC. He might still drop a 3rd CC, maybe the builder is not as tight as it should have been, but most of the time when you go for 5 Rex on 2 base, obviously we're pretty serious, right? This move out is very important. Unfortunately, we don't have a Templar Archive, so we can't lend that single feedback. I feel that Bully, I would have loved a tiny bit more activity out of his units, right? A couple Stalkers on the other side of the map, getting a few shots off, shaving off a couple Marines. I think that would have been nice, but he might still be all right here.
Yeah, I think especially with blank opening from the start, you definitely want to be on the map. After that Widowmine drop got completely dealt with as well, it's really a good thing to be able to try and pick apart as many units that come across as possible, but he will just kind of meet this as it gets into his base here. He's got the high ground here as well. The not the interference matrix, actually, the anti-armor missile getting thrown down will hit a lot of the units, and the tank's actually also going to get jumped on by the Stalkers as the Zealots force the bio to the side. A bit of an awkward trade here. I'm not quite sure how good this was for Bull, actually.
I think it's okay. I mean, I'm not sure about that overcharge. I think that's a little bit early. He barely had any shields to regenerate. It would have been better, I think, if he would have just right-clicked that Immortal to the low ground, because the Immortal was actually in a pretty sweet spot, and the tanks were relatively exposed. But I think all things considered, with the economy that he has, I do think it is good enough, because the tanks are so far away from probes, from batteries, from the Colossus, that I feel like we're alright if we just keep on spending our money, and that's the one thing that he's struggling with a little bit. And you know why that is? Because all of his pylons are right next to each other, and he's got no space to build anything.
Oh my god, it's so funny. He's even doing it as well where they're all like in different lines or whatever, and some of them are misplaced a little bit, so he's like really fucking his surface area a little bit, but it's not the biggest deal, but it is kind of funny. I agree. It was actually also nice that Bull got a couple of Zealots on the tail end there to target down one of the extra tanks, and also almost killed the last one too, so that really forced Frogos off of that position and feel as though he doesn't actually have any more staying power there, which, to be fair, if he did stay, he probably would have lost everything, so it's a good thing that he did pull back. He doesn't still have a third CC, that is. He's going full on with the 5 racks on the 2 base all in, essentially, here. So he needs to find some incredible damage, and this probe transfer is definitely one start to that, but he definitely is going to need way more than that if he wants to actually continue on in this game.
Double drop in the back of the natural, though. That's actually going to be very hard for Bully to deal with, and Bully says, I don't want to deal with it. I just want to win the fight against this army, and he does. I mean, the macro on this side of Bully has just been good enough. I don't know if we have another overcharge. Coco's overcharge should be available somewhere. Do we have a couple Stalkers? No. It's really funny how one guy is working on observer speed and base number 4, and the other guy is still on 2 bases with 5 racks. It is like, bro, like, I don't know what kind of phase of the game you're preparing for. I'm trying to end it over here, but it's not working out so far for Frogos.
Yeah, that is such a whack upgrade to randomly be getting at the 10-minute mark right now. It's going to be pretty great, though, because he's going to get full vision of where this army is, and he can completely keep up with it with that fast observer. This is not at all something I'm ever used to seeing. Such a strange situation.
It is always an upgrade that I think you should always get when you're on 4 bases. Now, should we be on 4 bases against a Terran that's 2 bases all hitting us? That I don't really know. We do take another decent fight in the center, but that double drop is back for round 2. One of the pylons is going to get picked off, but Bully had another random Colossus that I think just spawned. That is Colossi number 4. He's honestly doing really good. And I also love that at one point when he was floating a bit too much, that he made life easier. Oh, he finds the medevacs, by the way, in the bottom right, so that double drop gets picked off. I love that he just said, okay, I've got too much money. Let me go ahead and get a couple of extra batteries, extra cannons, make life a bit easier on myself, and just spend it one way or the other. And I do think that that's really paying dividends at the moment.
Yeah, I also found it a little funny. After his 4th Colossus finished, he queued up 2 more observers, so now he's got a total of 4 with observer speed before 12 minutes in the game, and before his opponent even has a 3rd base finished. So a very defensive setup by Bull Milja here, and spamming out a bunch of Archons as well, knowing his opponent surely doesn't have Ghosts at this point in time, given how this opener has gone. The Ghost Academy only just starting here, so it's going to be a long time before Frogos can have something that can actually deal with that amount of Archons. Drop on the left side also getting picked off, as maybe Frogos didn't really expect there to be the 4th base finished already with everything there. Maybe he forgot that those probes transferred earlier, but gets completely annihilated. There's also only 2 Vikings, by the way. So there's not even anything to deal with the Archons or the Colossi in this situation. This is looking really, really tough for Frogos.
Yep, Frogos is now in a spot where he really should not be with his army because he can't just pick up units. The Stalkers are going to blink forward one more time. Bully and his defensive play, the great macros really kicking in. And now he can just wipe the floor with this entire Terran army. And that is pretty much everything that Frogo really had. Frogo at this point, 0 map presence, does finally have a 3rd CC, but he lost an army that he cannot possibly replace with the mediocre economy he's had. GG, very strong game by Bully, I think.
Yeah, it was very well done, all from the beginning as well. The Zealot was questionable out of the gateway, but everything after that looked pretty spot on, to be honest. The Widowmine defense was pristine. The tracking of the army with the hallucinated Phoenix even to know exactly where it was going, so that way he wasn't getting mispositioned and jumped on, as that could also be a rough time to play against the Terran when you don't actually know where their army suddenly went. So just all around really good from Bull.
Yeah, no, I loved it. All right, mate, I will swap out for Lorimbo. I have to do my F1 racing session, the one that always happens before the actual Grand Prix. And I need to practice a little bit before we officially start, which is in less than an hour. So
nice.
It was a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I love watching these games. Next season, I'm in, mate. I'm going to form my own team.
Oh, that's so sick. That's awesome. I appreciate you coming on here. It's actually so sick that you were willing to come cast a little bit. So it was super fun. Hopefully some of your viewers also watched and enjoyed. So yeah, I don't know. Big thanks for coming on.
Of course, matey, anytime. I wish you guys all the best. Do you guys finish up all the playoffs today, or will it just continue next weekend?
The next weekend will be the semis, the quarters and semis, and then the week after that is the finals. But due to some players' scheduling, we might even delay the finals 1 week after that to make sure we don't have a bunch of sub-ins that we have to do. So basically, by the end of October, everything will be done.
Okay, cool. Well, maybe I can stop by again eventually. That seems... I hope it works out, but
cool.
I think that should be doable.
Awesome. Glad to hear it.
Right.
Yeah, I'll see you later then. Thanks for coming on yet again.
All right, take care, matey. Bye-bye.
Yep.
Enjoy, guys.
See ya. All right. Let's go over to our desk. Now that Mr. Rotterdam has done all that he can.
Oh, so just chilling real quick. I love how in this game real quick that it feels like Boone.
Yeah,
it's just on autopilot. I love that. You know, you see at 10 minutes, he just starts getting late game upgrades, even though he's against the 2 base.
Yeah, that was kind of insane. I did come over here because I didn't realize that Lorimbo was actually ready already. Sorry,
But that was kind of funny.
Yeah, hello.
Only one
jump
map
scare,
more,
desk jump scare here.
Just one more map, brain.
Lol.
Beat the bad guys.
True.
No bias.
Roddy is still in our Discord channel, so that's kind of funny though. I don't know what's going on there, but I guess I'll join Lorimbo over in the other VC until Roddy leaves there. But anyways, yeah, never mind. I'll just ignore you guys and come back in a little bit again. So bye.
Bye.
Hello, Lorimbo.
Hello.
Hi, welcome back. Hopefully you enjoyed your break, as you don't usually get those very often.
Yeah. In this Gemini industry, this is we do slave labors here. There is no breaks allowed usually, but thankfully we got good job on that observing, by the way.
Oh, thank you. It was.
Well, I wouldn't know because I wasn't following. I actually don't even know how to follow. Like, Fiat told me how to follow at one point, like someone else's camera in this new game, but I forgot, so I actually don't know how to follow. It wasn't fun.
Yeah, each player that's observing has a different number, so if you hit 1, 2, 3, 4, you'll follow their cams.
Yeah, no, I know that, but to follow another viewer.
Yeah. So if someone's observing, then there'll be like 3 or 4 or 5, depending on how many observers are in the game.
Yeah, but to show it, like there was a combination of things that made the thing appear like on the right where you could select. But I don't remember. I need to ask Fiant again. Anyway, we can go. Like it's fair. I'm just paddling for time.
Wonderful. Did you enjoy your cast with Roddy though?
Yeah, ROTTI is great. I like the fact that he made he allowed me to go on my bullshit, like the random casting on in the middle of the like saying the names of the player in the middle of the match, etc.
Yeah, that was great. That was so fun just for me to just be sitting there observing and just listening to everything. It was very nice. I also enjoyed just listening to you guys talk about me, so instead of I didn't have to talk about myself, because that's just always the
That
worst
was
thing
actually
ever.
good. That was actually good. I was actually worried about that before you said it. I was like, wait a second. I'm supposed to be subbing out after 1 hour, and 1 hour has passed. But next match is Gemini. Wouldn't it be smarter to make me do it? But then I was like, okay, but if Gemini wants to cross with Rotterdam, I cannot deny that. So maybe I'll just let Gemini decide.
Yeah.
So
no,
yeah, it's my favorite matchup. Stevie P.
of course.
I haven't watched the last game. I was taking the break, so I don't know who won game 1.
It was Bull Milja. He just had a solid defense through the whole game. Just
Wait,
didn't really die.
won against Progos.
Yeah.
The fuck? Isn't
That,
there a significant MMR difference between the two players?
I think, but Bull is actually, he's been throwing some screenshots in chat of him getting quite a bit of MMR recently. He's almost back up to 5k even, so that's pretty sick.
Oh, okay, fair. I remember him being much lower, like 4-7 around-ish. But clearly people improve after time. So yeah, I remember actually that he got into Grandmaster, didn't he?
Yeah.
I even congratulated him. I'm fucking dumb. Bugogi man is an American player, right? So 5k.
Yeah.
Wow. So 3k Europe basically.
Yes, of course.
True. I'm jesting.
It's okay. I live and play in Korea, so I don't really care that much about the NA memes anymore.
I mean, I can't say anything about Americans anymore after to be fair, it's not that I didn't realize where Mexico is. I didn't realize that Cham was Mexican.
Yeah, that was really funny to listen to.
I thought it was Argentinian.
Oh, that's so funny, dude. The moment I heard you say South America and whatever Cham, I was like, oh god, he's gonna say
but
it,
I
isn't
first
he?
talk about Eric, and then I legitimately thought that Cham was Argentinian, and then I was like, wait, he's Mexican, and then I was like, wait, hold on, what is Mexico considered? Because actually it's not clear at all where South America starts. At least it wasn't clear to me where South America starts. You know, South America to a European is wherever they speak Spanish.
Yeah. To be
or
fair,
Portuguese.
yeah, a lot of people on Reddit also make that mistake as well, which is really funny. So.
Oh, you just called me an average Redditor, mate. Ah! Tu comunque! No shot!
Sorry. I wasn't meaning to compare you to an average Redditor. I was just trying to say that average Redditors also make the same stupid mistakes as the Rimbo.
Yeah, I remember when Lorimbo didn't know Light VP was Australian. Yeah. Anyway, well, okay, I actually didn't know that, to be fair. Okay, the guy speaks Spanish half of the time.
Yeah, I never actually knew that he spoke Spanish, so that's yeah, I had no idea about that either.
No, he speaks Spanish all the time on his stream, and he speaks Spanish to me too. So I was like, yeah, it's not Spanish because of the time zone. It's gonna be like either Mexico or I was thinking maybe Venezuela, Chile. I had huge Peru or Chilean vibes from him. So I was like, yeah, Chile, 100%. And I was like, no, I'm Australian. What?
The Australia jump scare.
I dodged the worst. I dodged the worst possibility.
What?
Because not once did I think. Because I actually reactively thought. I was like, wow. Maybe I'm not so racist after all, because I never thought, wow, he speaks really good English. I was like, yeah. I never thought anything like that. I was like, yeah. I assumed everyone speaks good English. So I wasn't racist, actually.
Oh my god, that would have been a real yikes moment there.
I was like, okay. I guess it's not that bad. I just because in my defense, if you see like seeing an Australian speak Spanish is not quite common.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, nothing has happened this game. We see a Raven opening, we see tanks, I'm going back to my old shenanigans.
The good old sheningas.
Yeah, I cannot say it anymore, you ruined it! You ruined it! I didn't.
I mean, I didn't ruin it, did I? Like, we made the meme, and then now it's up to you to continually say sheningas. Anyways, there's a drop in here with a Cyclone and a couple Marines, which is extremely odd. A very random attack, honestly. It's even hitting after Blink is finished, so yeah, I was gonna say this is a very likely situation. Oh! Even bringing it back for the last shot kind of gave him that one, I think.
We need a post on Reddit. How many workers do you have to kill to compensate for a 4 Marine, 1 Cyclone drop kill? Quick, get the Reddit detective on. Anyway, I was...
that would have to be at least like 30 probes, wouldn't it?
I have no clue. According to the guy, probably 200. Because yeah. I love how, like, did you actually read the post, by the way?
No, I just saw like the stat of the 15.
The best thing was it took something that is true, the inflation, so the fact that a worker early is worth more than a worker late.
Yeah. Which
is very obvious. And for some unknowable reason, he applied it to army unit. As if 1 Marine early is less than 1 Marine late, but it's not.
What?
Inflation doesn't apply to army units because they don't fucking mine.
Oh, what the fuck?
The whole point of inflation is that a worker early will mine more to make more workers. That's why it's worth more. Army, a Marine early, I guess can get some values in other ways, but it won't mine more. I'm like, no! What are you doing?
Oh my god, dude, Reddit really is just another beast. It's like, once you think that there's been the stupidest thread, someone just decides to one-up them in the most ridiculous way.
Anyway, Bulgogi, man, has been playing really solid here. Pretty defensive style. Frogos, I'm gonna be honest, man. No offense to you, Frogos. You know I love you, but I have no fucking clue what you're doing here, mate. Is this the infamous 410 push? The Infinity special. This looks like Infinity pushing, have you noticed? Raven, 4 tanks, getting supply blocked, not unleashing one of the tanks. It truly is an Infinity TVT moment.
Yeah, it's a bit unlucky that he's hitting so late here, both games. This is what he did last game as well, and it didn't really work last game either.
I mean, there are already 2 Colossi. One of them could be easily sniped, huh?
Yeah, I think Bullmilja's setup here is a little bit, he is stretched out a little bit. He will get that Colossus now over, and that's a very early interference matrix. You're not really able to capitalize on that as Frogos, I feel.
Oh, Dorito dust. That's
Good
nothing.
blink. The interference matrix also is late again. First it was early and then it was late, but the tank already died on the right side, so that's not going to do anything. The forward blink there is not what I would want to see out of Bull. Jesus Christ. Let's also just, by the way, mention as well that if Bull wins this game, that is the win for my team. We are on match point at the moment at 5-2. We forgot to mention that earlier with ROTTI on the desk, but there's a lot on line here.
Sorry, I was back 1 second. Okay. Yeah, triple Colossus achieved, a lot on the line. I can't believe that Gemini's team is gonna qualify instead of the Goobers. This is the biggest scam I've ever seen. Universe stole a spot just to then lose anyway.
Yeah.
Like I'm just saying, all of these teams could have been the Goobers.
Yeah, well, they're not, so get fucked. Anyways, Bull is actually being a little bit risky here, getting the super fast 4th base yet again. It's allowed him to actually kind of almost lose the game here. The Bio was getting on top of those Colossi and almost was able to kill almost all of them here, but now that charge is finished as well. Yeah, this is actually still a bit risky, but I think it's totally fine for Bullmilja here, because again, this is a 2-base all-in from Frogos. The second Colossus also getting killed, so now it's just the gateway units here.
Suddenly this doesn't look so good anymore. Oh, never mind. Just 2 war pins later and we're fine. I was hoping a bit because Terran is overpowered. You never know.
No,
You
it did look a
never
bit
know.
sketch. It is just kind of awkward for Protoss because like you'll see a situation happen where they trade out and you're like, oh whoa, the game's about to end, but then you just realize it's because their warp gate cycle was off cooldown, so they didn't get their warp in yet, and then they throw it down and they're like, oh, never mind, they're totally fine. Nothing is wrong right here.
Do we
So-
have one more match after this, or is it over?
There's one more match, yeah. We play it no matter what happens anyway.
Okay.
There's still no Colossus out as Wilmoja went for the Immortals out of the Robo to get some
Oh,
more units
man,
out quicker here, which is an interesting play. I don't think it's the worst thing ever, but having a Colossus here would be really nice. I think he split off a little too many charge lots to the right, but this buy was so stimmed.
No medivac energy. Nothing at all.
Yeah, I think this is starting to peter out here. Another sick warp in of
I
Zealots
think
coming
this is
in here.
starting to look like the beginning of the end, Gemini. The twilight of this match. Wait, if this wins, it doesn't mean that Tiba's match was completely useless.
Yes, because he didn't. The rest of his team didn't win. If this happens,
Yeah, so, okay, well, I'm pretty sure the game is over, huh? Yeah.
and it is.
So, like, the IVA match was not that, well, good thing I didn't know the results. I would have been really disappointed. So I thought, it actually mattered. Wow.
So sick, my team winning yet again, the 6th seed, now going up into possibly 3rd place. Oh my god, it's so sick. God, our team is amazing. No words?
Wow. No words. I don't want to say anything. I just want to say the Goobers could have been here.
Yes, that's correct. They could have been, but unfortunately they aren't. Because
Also,
of Samsung Universe and Ardent.
1 second before you go, I just want to say
Yeah.
the Tiba's team on paper was one of the favorites, especially because they had the Hiba, which really
Yeah.
hard to beat even off race, etc. They have been doing fucking terrible compared to what people expected, and I want to blame this specifically on Iba himself because I think God Puncher was goated, Tolo was goated, Iba was goated. Frog was, I don't know what the fuck he was doing, to be fair. And Jeff was also playing well against you and stuff. And then we have Iba. Iba not communicating and doing stuff. So I blame this on Iba. It's all Iba's fault. And I blame Iba for the Goobers too, since I'm already at it. Fucking kid.
Jesus Christ. Well, unfortunate, Eva, that you've been outed this hard by your best friend, the Rimbo. Anyways, I'm gonna go to the desk. I'll see you in a little bit. Hello, desk people. Good
Hello,
always
congrats.
prevails.
Hi.
Congrats.
Thank you.
I'm so glad you beat Eva's team all the tournament.
Yeah, I agree. Iba can
I would've
officially be put back
Then again,
in the
I
locker.
I think DJ is even worse, to be honest, playing against than Eva, though, in the finals, so I want you guys to lose the next round.
What?
I just saw Eva against DJ today. I don't want to play
Yeah.
against that if he gets to the final.
Yeah, that's
Come
a
on,
good
man.
point. That is a good point. DJ, I'm actually still so impressed by how DJ played today. I was like so not expecting that. It was super sick. Anyways, Bullmailja finding the clutch win here to finish it off nice and early for us. Ardent, any thoughts?
Yeah, actually, I was impressed because he had like no respect for Frogos. Like Frogos was on a 2-base all-in for 10 minutes. Bull was like, I'm gonna take my 4th, go double upgrade. Oh yeah, that's the stuff.
Oh, was it double upgrade as well? I didn't even notice that. That's insane. The fact that he went for that fast 4th base both games as well was actually so whack. He literally was saturating a 4th while his opponent just continually 2-based all into him. That was so insane, but yep. Very well done by Mr. Bull to clinch us our win and move us further into the playoff bracket. Very happy about that, obviously. We still do have one match left to play, though, because even though the match is over, just like the regular season, we do still cast everything to make sure everyone has their games casted. So we will be going into our final series of Tolo versus Character. Spacey, what do you think here?
Yeah, Tolo's gonna 2-0.
Whoa.
Tolo is the most confident and calm player of all time in that pool. Like if you ever see him play on his stream on Discord or something, he's just relaxed, no matter what, and he just macros and he wins the game.
I mean,
So-
he's got reason for it as well, because I mean, I feel like he generally shows up very well in his games in this pool and in this league. So,
Tolo is just a pretty good guy for skill-wise for his level, I think. So I think that's gonna be a pretty clean 2-0, unless there's something weird comes out.
yeah,
I agree.
Go ahead, Arden.
Yeah, Tolo has an incredible track record on his pool. Certainly the best player. I'd be very surprised if anyone would be able to win against him.
Yeah, and I think character, as nice as he is to have in our team, I think is an unfortunate weak spot for us in general. He's had a couple of rough games throughout the season, so I think this is going to be really difficult for him. He expressed as much in the team chat leading up to this match as well, that he knew it was going to be a bit difficult going against Tolo. So yeah, I'm not sure what exactly the games we'll be having here, but I think it's going to be a little bit tough for sure for him.
Yep.
Great.
And
Anyways,
it's gonna look a lot better with 6-4 instead of 8-2.
yeah, that's true. So hopefully Tolo
this
can get
round.
those couple map wins for his team, so that way Thatcherino Esports doesn't just roll over and die here, literally getting carried by their captain. That's it. So,
Yeah, but it has turned into a pretty big 2-0 day. Like it's not that even today.
Yeah.
The games have been all right even, but the scorelines kind of lying.
yeah,
Yeah, it is pretty rough.
yeah, it's a bit unfortunate, but can't have total bangers every single week, unfortunately. But every now and then it does get a little bit more one-sided. So, anyways, I will be back with you guys after everything's all said and done, and yeah, I'll see you then. Hello, Larimbo. Are you ready to cast some Zerg finally?
Yeah, 1 second.
Did you hear a piano key? No, that was the Discord join thing, DJ.
I'm currently posting something on Twitter because Iba asked me.
What are you posting?
The rank because Iba insists on posting it. He said I need to because he did it, so I need to do it too to show that it's below his. You know. We can do that, Gemini. I checked. Don't worry. Anyway.
Sorry, I was reading chat.
Hello?
Anyways. Alright, let's get going with this one.
Oof. Are you ready? Are you excited?
Yes, I'm so excited because my team is so good and we're still winning all the time. It's awesome. The script is being unleashed on all of you plebs.
Boring match. ZVP, but it's useless. Anyway, I predict Tolo 2-0 win. Easy.
Yeah, I would be very surprised if character's able to get a game.
Result. Fuck. I was about to, do you want to bet on it, but you already know the result.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, that wouldn't.
that's an interesting one to go through.
Yeah.
I have no idea how these games go, but I do know the results, yes.
Yes, I'm betting it's 2-0. I already know. We don't actually have to bet, because obviously we know the results. But I personally like betting with myself 2-0. Also, I love Tolo's clan so much. So much.
T1MB4.
Terra Nimba.
Oh, nice.
Gemini, sometimes I do wonder. Anyway, these are 12 pull.
I mean, I know because T1 is like that's like a team, like SK T1.
Yeah, I know.
So I was like, I
Yeah,
read that as
believe
T1.
me, I know very well.
I literally read this as T1 mouse button 4, and I was so confused.
Oh yes, T1 mouse button 4, the best clan tag. So, what do you think about the Fortress partner?
Yeah, I mean, he went Nexus first, so he kind of has to go Forge to
In the bottom
defend.
left corner we have Tolo.
Bottom left?
Oh fuck. Misdirection.
Of course.
Misdirection. Bro, it's okay, directions are hard.
Directions
You
are
have to
hard.
do them quickly.
I agree.
You know? All of my branches are currently being used to find the most efficient way of rushing my opponent. I can't actually tell left or right.
Yeah. I'm a little curious about character's decision to put that second
That
cannon there instead of a cyber wall off or a gateway wall off. Oh my god.
Oh, commit!
Yeah, I'm
You
amazed.
100% win that.
Yeah. I'm amazed this actually worked out for him. He really should cancel that second cannon. He doesn't need that.
Yeah, okay, then Tolo is incredibly behind here. I mean, I'm not incredibly behind, but
I mean,
definitely not great.
so, but here's my question, because this kind of happened a little while ago in All Things Protoss, where a certain someone came in the chat, White Puma, and was, you know, saying that going Forge first in every single ZVP, or sorry, Nexus first into Forge every single PvZ was the correct way to play this matchup. And so we determined that yes, it can beat a 12 pool with the wall off in time, but now isn't Tolo able to just literally just spam the drone key and do nothing else? Like character can't do anything.
Yeah, but the problem is that you still have to invest in. You still have to play this correctly, in my opinion, and you have to invest into a bunch of stuff. So,
Like
for
what?
example, I think the gas is definitely a mistake. Like Pins, for example. The problem is Nexus first actually has faster timings on a lot of things. It has, by infamously, a faster timing on the T drops. It has a faster timing on glaive depths, if you do it correctly. So it's gonna be delayed, obviously, because of the Forge response. I think these 3 cannons, double shield battery are gonna seal the deal. But I personally wouldn't like it. The real problem with Nexus first is actually 12 pull with a single drone pulled. That fucks you up really hard.
Yeah.
You can put up a proxy hatch in the main, and you have to pull. Because if you don't pull, that proxy hatch is gonna produce like 50 Zerglings, which are gonna run around until you have enough to kill the Zealot. And then you have to invest into Zealot, and then you have to defend the cannons too. And if you don't pull, it's completely dumb. So in fact, what I do against people, like if I want to win a tournament or something, when I prepared against Astra, for example, I knew Astra goes Nexus first every game, so I won 12 pull, drone pull, single drone every game.
Nice.
Because I think that's the strongest option. It wasn't really fun, because I don't, you know what I think about blind countering, but there were 60 bucks on the line, and 60 bucks are 60 bucks.
So you're saying when there's money on the line at a tournament, it's totally
I've
fine to
always
blind
said that,
counter.
yeah. Or in a tournament, I think everything outside of cheating is fine. Like, I don't care. The only thing I'm kinda iffy about, even though I understand, is stuff like Parting's cannon rush thing. Like that one.
Against
I'm
Solar?
a bit. Yeah, I'm a bit.
Nah, that's 100% totally fine for him.
I would personally wouldn't have done it.
I mean,
understand
it's a map feature that was cleared, like the map was in, so if you found an exploit of the map, then you're fully within reason to allow to throw it out, because you're thinking that the opponent doesn't know that it exists. That's not your fault, that's the map maker's fault for not clearing that.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know. I'm not gonna blame Parting. Like, that's the thing that you guys miss. When I say it's cringe, it doesn't mean, oh my god, I hate you now. It just means I personally wouldn't have done it.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's a bit cringe. I can understand why you would do it, especially if there's money on the line, but that one was a bit sketchy for me. Blind countering, I don't like it, but if you're preparing for a tournament, I think it's fine. It's fine-ish.
Anyway,
I
so
said this before.
yeah, we don't need to do this again. But
Yeah.
the interesting thing from character though is that he is going for just a massive charge lot flood with no warp prism, by the way. It's literally just rallying charge lots across the map, which is a bit of an interesting strategy.
I think Hall is gonna hold this.
Yeah.
Quite easily.
I don't think this is really threatening at all, actually. This is killing some
I mean,
stuff
it is
over at this
kinda
third
scary,
base.
yeah?
Oh, the
Yeah, that was
surround
scary as
actually is
fuck.
nice.
You really didn't want, you wanted to kite them, you wanted to kite as long as possible. Getting surrounded is like the least. I still think he holds, to be clear, but it did get kinda sketchy for no reason there. What the fuck are the drones, by the way? Oh, we're back to the natural. I'm gonna follow this up with Charger Archon. I really don't like this decision by character. But yeah, I honestly think Nexus First is underrated, by the way, to like, I do think there's like, I don't think White Puma is right. I will never say that. But I don't think I do think there's definitely some untapped potential there. It is not as good as like the problem is that the current meta with the Stargate, it's hard to take Elliot there. That's I think the biggest problem.
Yeah.
Outside of brand countering.
Anyways, the Zealot Archon is going to come over here at this third base and try to kill it, but there is so many roaches here. Tolo just stopped at 50 drones and just slammed down the roach key, and I think that's going to be quite more than enough to deal with this as the Archons try to get recalled out. Only one even gets it by a random High Templar just running into the fray as well.
I think Tolo played this almost perfectly. Like, this is exactly what you're supposed to do. 50-ish drones, because obviously you see no third, and it is checking for it with the links. Like, I really like the way Tolo played it. Sometimes when I watch Tolo play, I think it like makes really smart decisions. I'm honestly impressed for his rank.
Yeah, I'm always impressed whenever I see him play as well, honestly. It's like, he really feels like he's a much higher level player than what his MMR shows, and I'm kind of curious why he's so low.
I think his macro is not great. Yeah,
I mean, even right now he's floating quite a lot.
Yeah. On 50 drones, you are not supposed to fucking... Especially if you're going roaches, you know?
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest problem. But as far as decision making goes, I always see him make pretty smart decisions. So props to Toro for that.
Yeah. I definitely agree. It's a bit unfortunate as well because all those queens died earlier on as well to the surround, so he actually hasn't had many injects, so that might also be a reason for why he can't quite spend his money.
I can tell you he was floating 1k even while the queen was still alive.
Oh, nice. Okay. I'm trying to give him an out.
I'm a paladin of the truth. I only speak
The Rimbo's
truth.
got the receipts. Can't get anything by this man.
Yeah, because that was what I was thinking. I was like, wow, what am I supposed to cast your character? You're coping. I love you, man, but you're coping.
Dude, character. Remember, he's a big coper. We've seen plenty of cope from him in the past. Unfortunate. I do find it interesting though, just to talk about just character's general game plan in this game, because he said he said in chat that, like, yes, the correct play is to spam drone key, but half the Zergs I play on ladder don't, and I was banking on that. So he just literally just kind of spammed cannons at his natural with no way to even check if that's a possibility or not. I think.
Do people really all in into next first? I would never.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he said on ladder people don't, so or people do. So. Oh my God, the storms are insane, but there's nothing else.
Good,
Holy
I mean, by
shit!
I max out of roaches against nothing. Like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Dude, that was. I mean, those are some insane storms, though.
Bro.
Look at how fucking red all these things are. Jesus.
Yeah, you remember when we talked about how is it the MMA? Well, like, stuff like this, not dodging storms.
Stuff like that one Widow Mine shot on Gresvin.
Yeah, like these are some of the reasons that can sometimes turn the game in your favor. Like poor control, poor macro. He's floating a lot still. Well, he's maxed out and finally has 4 bases, but he's still on 53 drones, so he really shouldn't float. He even has a macro actually. 53 drones.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, I mean, how long does this game go?
I don't know.
Well, also, wasn't Bulgogi Man the one who was coping last time? It wasn't character.
No, they both coped. Character just has also coped multiple times throughout the season. So there's been a lot of cope this season, I will say that.
So, do we still cast?
No, we don't have to. We don't have to cast when it's obviously just insanely cope. Like,
What's happening? Wow! If only you just a bit more.
oh my god,
Yeah.
he sniped the Templar before the storms could go off. Insane micro and timing from
How long
Tolo.
does this go on?
I don't know.
You're gonna camp on 2 bases, no shot, right?
Dude, we really need to start teaching these players. Holy shit, the storms are insane. We need to start teaching these players to know when they're fucking dead. It's like, it's actually kind of crazy.
Do you think they don't realize, or do you think they like okay, for example, there are definitely Terrans in Grandmaster that know they're dead and they still don't leave.
Yeah.
DJ is a prime example. But they do know that they're dead. So do you think it's like they know that they're dead and they just won't leave, like the Terrans in Grandmaster, or do you think they actually don't know they're dead? Like, do you think your character actually thinks he can win? That's like so
Yeah.
I'm
don't
not
know.
sure about it.
Yeah,
Character, did you?
Tolo getting last minute trash talk game before getting sent to the dumpster. Oh my god. Yeah, if we suddenly get the carriers out, I love the burrow as well to heal everything. Oh, it's also funny, his character's gonna see all that half the army with the hallucination and be like, wait, maybe I can actually fight that army. And then suddenly double the roaches come in at him. He's like, oh, wait a second.
Even I am pretty sure even half of the army would have won.
No, I know, but I'm just adding to the point that maybe he thinks he actually has a chance.
I can't believe this game is still not.
Yeah. Oh my god, how are we still in this game?
Okay, as a good rule of thumb, okay, that's.
Wait a second.
Tolo.
Tolo? Hold up, what was that?
Oh no,
Tolo.
cringe.
Oh, character said GG in party chat by accident. Okay. Alright, fair.
Okay.
Alright, good. Character allowing his opponent to keep his win instead of getting the -1. This is like a long time ago when you probably don't know this because this was long before your time, but in Pro League, the goated team league of Korea from long years past, there was a rule that you could only ever say GLHF or GG in the chat in the game, and so if you do something else, then you will actually get punished. And one time, Stefano came over and played and accidentally say, oh no, you couldn't say GLHF, you're right. You could only say GG. So Stefano came in and said GLHF at the start of the game. And Hero, the hero that you know, instead of just like letting him get the punishment, he actually responded with his own GLHF to basically make it so that way nothing happened. So yeah. That was actually a very interesting thing from back then.
Can I say that's the dumbest rule I've ever had?
Oh, I know. Everyone, yes, like I agree. Everyone thought the rule was absolutely stupid. Korea has been having, there's a long string of dumbass decisions that Korea has with its fucking rules in tournaments, but
like for real though.
Yeah. Everything I just said was true.
That's kind of cool, actually. That's really cool of Hero.
No, that's another.
Before we go.
Yep.
Sorry.
I was just gonna say it only shows that Hero is very, very smart, or not smart, very, very kind. He is smart, but he's also super, super kind. I need to build upon what I talked about one time.
I have a story about this actually.
Yeah.
So I play chess, okay, and I frequent chess clubs at some points in my life. I still frequent them, okay. So one time I went into a new chess club in Bologna, Italy, and I get there with a friend who was already there. So the friend comes in and tells me, okay, you see that guy? And there's like an old 75 years old man. Like that guy is a complete asshole. Like he's the most unsportsmanlike guy you will ever meet. If you touch your pieces, gonna call the judge. If you accidentally do an illegal move, he's gonna try to immediately win the match by forfeit. He's gonna try everything in the rule book to get a free win, basically. Like, not ironically. Full beach mode.
Wow.
So like, okay, there was the shot that there are like 50 people there, and I'm not great at chess. What's the fucking chance I get this guy? Oh, fucking first round, I get this asshole. Oh my fucking god! I accidentally touched my rook twice. That's it. The game is over. I was like, I swear to. But the guy was like so. He was such a hassle, even in real life. It was like a complete hassle. He was actually the most unsportsmanlike person I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, to the point of caricature. That's how, like, it was like trash talk, he would do everything, but like, it's such a mean way. It's a fucking chess club, bro. And the guy wasn't even good at the game.
That's why he did it. He had to compensate for something, surely, right?
Bro, that's insanity. And I still remember it. I was like, I can't believe people like this exist in real life.
Yeah.
I'm like, my brother in Christ, is your objective in a fucking chess club to do this?
Oh, that is really just the most cringe shit I can think of. It's insane.
Anyway, another 12 pull from Tolo. Now we I want to tell you because it's your story. Oh no!
Oh.
Well, I think the game is over. GG.
Oh, that is brutal.
You know, as the chess master said, this is a well-known opening trick. a well-known opening trap. If your Zero gets to run, the game is over. Yep, and then 2 more links come. Oh, you're supposed. No, the book move is to fight either the pylon or to just go into the main. No, okay. I mean, everything wins here. I'm just gonna talk this like it's a chess match. Everything wins. I think this is a +5 at least, if not a +10.
I have no idea what any of this means because I don't play chess.
The best part, it doesn't even have money for a zero.
Oh my god, you're right. He's pulled literally every single probe off except one off gas.
In pro chess, +1 is already considered a pretty big advantage. +10, you will need to be completely dumb to lose.
Oh, that means like how many pieces you have above your opponent?
Not every piece has a value.
Oh, okay.
But like the thing is, you can have equal pieces and still be +10 because your position is equivalent to having 10 points worth of material war.
Oh, jeez, wow. Okay, that's interesting.
It's kind of okay. You know how in StarCraft you can have equal supply, but the game is completely over? It's very similar.
I see.
So it's similar to supply in StarCraft. Like there is, like obviously it tells a story, but you can have equal materials and still be insane ahead.
Right, yeah. Someone who's maxed on roaches is gonna get absolutely slaughtered by someone with fucking BC Thor siege tank mech, like.
Yeah, exactly. So even like it's a similar story. Like it's like better supply. It's like an evaluation by very powerful engines, an evaluation of the game.
Makes sense.
I really wish we had something like that in StarCraft. If the AI ever gets good enough, because that's the thing. Like the way it works is through AI. I'm talking over the game because I don't see anything that character can do here to win this game. I'm gonna be honest. If the AI ever gets powerful enough in StarCraft, we could actually get evaluation of games, and that would be insanely cool in my opinion. Like just imagine having something that tells you, quantifies exactly how much one player is ahead, instead of having to rely on things. And don't think that this kills commentary, by the way. Doesn't even kill the caster's job, because the evaluation doesn't tell the whole story. It doesn't tell you much actually.
Yeah, that would be actually very interesting. You're right. If there was like, would you like replace the entire like imagine if it's for SC2, right? Like, would you replace the entire actual overlay of like supply and everything with that, or is it like a thing like Game Heart where you like toggle it?
You just put it. No, it's just a number at the left. Just put like, and then I guess you can make it red or blue. I mean, we have very similar things with like supply counts and stuff, or like worker leads. No, income leads. You know how there is like the arrow, the little arrows. and stuff. So it will be similar to that, but it's just an evaluation of the whole game. That requires a very high level understanding. Like pro players couldn't do it. It must be machines. Like chess players cannot evaluate it. They can guess, and they get pretty close. Like just like we can tell if a game is going well or not, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also way harder. Like, is this game more or less won than the last one, for example? It's not as easy to tell. Stuff like that. Anyway,
that would be kind of interesting. I agree. I wonder if that would also, though, to an effect, like almost be too much information, and it starts to make it a little bit. I like that gold base. It's a nice play.
Yeah, it's a nice play.
I wonder if it makes it like too. What's the word? Like the spectating experience becomes a little too diminished because there's now this number that, with let's say a guaranteed certainty, tells you what the result is after something happens, but the game isn't over yet, kind of a thing.
I guess you could say it ruins the fun, but as I said, I think half of the time is figure out why a player is ahead and watching insane comebacks, and the caster kinda tell who's ahead anyway, even though they're imprecise. But I guess you are right. I just want to say, fuck, I had some. Oh yeah, I was like, my brother in Christ. Can it ever be worse than Africa on YouTube right now?
Can it be worse than what?
Africa on YouTube.
Oh.
I don't know if you've ever watched.
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah, it's pretty fucking bad. You're right. Yeah, it definitely wouldn't be worse than that.
I thought your problem was like that it would be too cluttered, and I was like,
no. I was, yeah, that's not what I was talking about.
Yeah, I know, but at first, it's another cook. Come on, what is this character? The one void ray.
Hey man, the one void array is eventually going to kill all these roaches, and if you look in the F12 or whatever thing and look at the tutorial of the units, it says the void array is strong against. Oh wait, it doesn't even say it's strong against roaches. All right, never mind. Never mind. This is Cope.
Yeah.
Look at Stasis sword. Oh.
Oh my god.
Hey, but we had a gold base. We have a gold base.
Have you ever seen the thing for the have you ever seen the ghost in that thing actually?
The what? Oh, the ghost?
The ghost.
Let me look
so
at it.
Strong against Raven, Infestor, High Templar. Weak against Thor, Roach, Stalker.
Dude, I love looking at these.
Completely unlucky. Like, whoever made this was like a fucking high as fuck. Like, what the fuck is like, oh yeah, go Thor to counter the ghost.
I mean, these were literally made like before any meta was developed at all, right? Like.
This is the gets called. And
thankfully, it's not as depressing as you originally thought, character, because the rest of your team was able to pull their weight. So we do manage the 6-4. So overall, very nice for our team, but. Yeah, I mean,
congratulations to Brian Orisman.
Thank you. I appreciate it. We are going to avenge the goobers. Don't worry.
Are you? Should I take you as the goobers substitute? Should I cheer for you?
Yes, I think yes, you should, because Samsung is the reason that you're not here. It's all Samsung's fault. We already killed them, and now we're even going even farther.
Counterpoint. We have Azura as the captain of one of the teams, and Azura is the GOAT. Even though, and I will call him out publicly, Azura refused to go to Home Story Cup. He said he wasn't interested. Omega
not
cringe.
Interested? What the fuck?
Omega cringe. Anyway, thank you for having me. As always, it's been fun. Thank you to Rotterdam for being here. Well, he won't listen to this, but you know, we thank him anyway. And see you next week.
Excellent. Thank you, little Rainbow. I'll see you then. Bye bye.
That means.
It's desk time. That is exactly what it means. Hello.
Hi.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I saw a bronze level cope, you know, where they have
Yeah.
1 CC and they think they can still come back in the game. But
Yeah,
It's like
that
one
was-
CC and like
I
4
mean,
probes. That's even
I
worse.
get it from character, because imagine this is the first game, right? In the entire series, you don't know you're out. Sure, then you wanna give it your best.
Yeah, for
So it's
sure.
fair enough.
Yeah,
I don't mind it. It's banter, but it is how you should do it, to be honest, in this kind of playoff.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
it is what it is. I mean, cope is cope,
Yep.
but it's also, yeah, this is, you know, we're trying to win, so it, you know, it makes sense. So it
Well,
just
it's
is
just
very
kinda-
funny.
Yeah, just kind of clean from Toto. Going for the ancient Stefano Roach Max +1 range with speed, and then just hoping that the opponent doesn't go air. It was kind of beautiful.
Yeah. Well,
I love that he got supply blocked incredibly hard both games on 76 supply or something, and then made 7 overlords both games.
Oh, the laser move.
Yeah.
Very nice. Arden, did you have anything to say about that that series there?
Yeah, it's actually pretty funny because I was actually expecting Team Eba to win and to play Tolo next week. And as such, like I was trying to brainstorm the ways to counter his 12 pool. And one of the solutions that I worked on was the build that character played in game 1 was the Nexus First Forge. And what I found is that it's actually pretty shit because usually whatever you do, the Zerg will read you and will lose. So I was pretty surprised to see play it.
Thank you, Robot Arden, for that insight of how those builds match up there.
Love that.
We don't know what you're saying now, Arden. I'm sorry.
The thing today is we lost 2 of the big heavy hitters. We lost even.
This sounds so funny. I kind of got what you're saying, that the build doesn't actually match up very well because of something else that happens in the matchup after that, and I would generally agree with you. Anyways, that'll be it for today's playoff match. Brain Aneurysm yet again showing that they are just so much better, and that we are truly destined to win this whole thing, as the script says. So that'll be that. I appreciate you guys coming along. Spacey, any final words here? Hello, Spacey? Wait,
very happy
wait, what?
that
Wait, is it my internet? Surely not. My internet's perfect. What? Oh, no, Spacey's thing completely died, he said. What? What the hell is going on right now? Hold up. Hello? Is it everyone's Discord that's dead? Dude, thank God this did not happen when ROTTI was here. Holy shit, that would have been tragic. That would have been so tragic. Anyways, I guess we'll have to end it. So sorry you didn't get your closing words. But, yeah. Thank you guys, Spacey and Arden, for joining us. And hopefully they come again another time. And that's going to be that. I hope everyone enjoyed the wonderful Team League match. I hope everyone enjoyed ROTTI coming on to help cast as well. That's super sick that he also said that he is willing to sign up as his own captain for next season as well. That would be super sick if he actually does follow through with that. That would be super fun to have happen. But only time will tell. But yeah, that's going to be that. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate everybody sticking around and watching yet another edition of the All Things Protoss Team League. Round 3, which is going to be the quarterfinals, will be happening next week. I'll quickly show you the bracket since I think things have been updated a little bit. Not quite. Oh, they haven't been accepted by the admins yet. That makes sense. So yeah, this is our situation. Brain Aneurysm, of course, beating Samsung in the first round. We just beat Thatcherino, and we'll be playing against Galactic Pizza not tomorrow, next week. So this will be our next match coming up in the quarterfinals. It's going to be pretty sick. I think overall, we're still pretty rock solid in general, I think, because we did beat Galactic Pizza in the regular season back then. We did win in the ace match. Where is this thing? Here we go. This is what happened last time. I went 1-1. Everyone went 1-1 basically. And then I win in the ace match. So I am still feeling pretty confident in general about the situation. I feel like Bull Milja especially has been really stepping up lately, and his PvT has been very, very good. So I think he can actually 2-0 Mag this time. I think my boy DJ also stepping up and should be able to dumpster Infinity, because Infinity is cringe. I think also your bro Chris will also be able to dumpster Franz with some more ridiculous, disgusting, and absolutely vile builds. And then Character will throw out some of his most ridiculous shit possible that Ardent will never even possibly comprehend. And then I will do something against the replacement of Lock. Because unfortunately, Lock actually won't be able to be here, as apparently his internet is messed up. So he actually told us that he wasn't going to be able to play anymore, so that's a bit unfortunate and sad for Lock, but we did find a replacement for him, so someone will be playing him. I forgot who exactly the replacement is, but there will be one. So yeah, that is that. I'm pretty Mishnek sounds better. Mishnek will be the replacement. So yeah, thank you, Ardent, for finding a replacement for that that player there. Very nice. But yeah, anyways, I'm still feeling pretty confident for us to continue on in this amazing playoff run that we are currently unfolding here. See if we can make the repeat from last season, where the last seed team of playoffs is able to win the whole thing. It'd be super sick if we can do that just as well. But anyways, that's basically going to be that. I appreciate everybody watching yet again, and we are going to be all done this week for the All Things Protoss Team League. I will see you guys next time for the quarterfinals. See you then.